Hi guys, welcome to Table 10, our knitting podcast. We will be your host today. My name is Renee.
I'm Rachel, and this is episode 55.
Episode 55?
Right? I think. Want me to look?
I don't remember. I trust you.
Oh, don't do that.
Okay, look.
Stand by.
Why does that sound? I don't know. While Rachel checks on that, here is our co-star today, the lovely washed Yahtzee fleece. We will be working on picking through this fleece again today.
Hey, did you come in through my... Yeah, 55.
55.
Did you come in through my front door or the garage?
The garage, because Uncle was coming out of the door while I was coming in the door.
Did you see the rivers? Is it still wet in there?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, after the first school drop-off, because middle school starts an hour earlier than the elementary schools, when my husband came back home, he did not... it was after the false start drop-off, because there was a 2-hour delay that we didn't know about today. So when him and my son came back home the first time, they didn't shut the garage door.
Okay.
But the doggy door was open. And Tootsie helped herself to no less than 6 bottles of vitamin water. And she chewed them up, and they all leaked all over the garage floor.
No. I didn't
Just
notice.
Rivers of sugar.
Because I walked in, and Uncle was walking out of the garage door that goes into the house. And so I was talking to him.
Put your thing on
past.
silent.
Oh.
He did that because he got a correction. Can we please shut the garage door? And my husband will interpret that as I'm not even opening it, so then I can't mess it up.
They seemed to be in a hurry.
They probably were.
Because when I pulled in, he got out of the car and walked back into the house. Almost like, oh, well, maybe we forgot something. Or I don't know. Hi, we are two sisters from the Pittsburgh area. We like to sit around our table on the internet, table number 10, and chat with you guys about all things knitting, making, fiber, and life stuff. This is our time to catch up with each other, but also you guys.
Yup.
Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
What are we talking about today, Rach?
I think we went to sheep shearing. We can talk about that.
We can talk about that.
But then it's a knitting podcast, so we'll talk about what we're making, what we've made, upcoming events. We have some things happening, and we'll tell you all about our weekend.
That was a great weekend.
It was. Are you going to edit the videos in for them so they can see us?
No.
In action?
Nope.
That's not nice, is it, guys?
We could just hold them up and show it.
No.
Okay, why don't you edit the videos in, and then I'll put them in this video.
What?
You could just edit them on your phone, and then I'll put it into this video.
They don't need edited. I'm going to text them to you, and you're just going to slide them in there.
Okay.
I can clip them so they're short.
Okay,
is
perfect.
that editing?
Sure.
I'll
you can
edit
clip
them.
all of yours together. You know?
No, that's editing. I don't want to do that. I just want them to see you catch a sheep and me catch a sheep.
Okay. Are those the only videos?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a sheep shearing vlog. I just think those 2 videos are particularly amusing.
Okay, so wait.
Renee and I both caught sheep.
We're going to put the videos in here so that you can experience it with us. Okay, do you want to talk about, let's just start with that.
Yeah, let's do it.
So this weekend we were invited up to Flower Hill Fleeces, which is about like an hour and a half drive from us, to a Shetland and Icelandic sheep farm. And we got to help participate in the shearing of the ewes, which there were 38 of. Mm-hmm. So it was a full day.
That took so long.
Really?
I obviously don't know what I'm talking about, but I thought if we show up at 9, we're eating a really early lunch because we were going to have potluck lunch after. And I was like, we're going to be eating lunch by 11:30.
What time did we eat lunch?
4. It was a whole day.
Yeah. Okay, wait. But also, let's take you back to the beginning. Our friend Ruth, you know Ruth, we've talked about her on the channel before. She participated in sheep shearing last year, and she put some of the clips on the internet, and Rachel and I saw them, and we were both like, hey Ruth, we want to do that. So next time, how do we get the invite? So she put us in touch with Jody. We got on the shearing day volunteer list, and Jody sent out the date when she had it figured out and scheduled with the shearer, who's our friend Melinda, Boss Mare Shearing. Kudos to Melinda. That's a hard job.
And her back.
Right.
Because she's basically folded in half, like touch your toes.
All day.
Yeah.
All day. And folded in half, and then also like
wrestling sheep, they don't go easily sometimes.
Some of them do not. Yeah, correct.
Some of them sit there real politely, but some of them are like,
pass.
No, that's right. The champion was really feisty.
Who was the champion?
Cafe au lait was the last sheep out of the pen for a reason.
So we were joking that, okay, here's what happened. We get there. Jody gives us like the rundown. Jody is the shepherdess. And she gives us the rundown of how the day works, like all of the stations. So the first thing that we do is she already has all the sheep in the barn. So Rachel and I...
She had pre-assigned some jobs, like we did not have to give the shots.
I would have been okay with that.
But that job was already reserved.
Yes.
And we were not in charge of labeling. That job was also reserved. So we were down to cleanup and picking.
Bless you.
Early sneeze today, guys.
Pickup and skirting.
What did I say?
Picking. This is.
Okay. I'm just talking about what I'm doing. Skirting and cleanup. That was what we were assigned to do.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the day, we meandered our way over to other jobs.
Actually,
eventually.
I don't think we were assigned cleanup. We just automatically did that part.
No, well, when she showed us the skirting table, she said, and there's a broom there, and anything you pick off, you can put in that.
Oh,
trash
that's
can.
fair. That's fair.
That was the cleanup.
But I also took it on my own. I just felt like we needed to keep Melinda, the shearer station, really, really clean. I don't know why. That was like very important to me.
That I'm sure was appreciated though, because the last thing I would want to do if I just sheared a whole sheep is then sweep.
No, she shouldn't have to do that. Right. But also she should have a clean space to like. She has special shearing shoes, you guys.
And pants.
She has special shearing clothing. And she like legit was in a full stretch routine before she started. And once she started shearing, I completely understand why.
At one point, I heard her say, after this sheep, I'm going to take a break and change out the blades. And I thought, oh, good, I want a break too. That break was so quick. About a half an hour later, I was like, when is the break happening?
No, it already happened.
The break, it was going. We were going.
Okay, so, and then the other job was taking the packaged fleece. So what you do is somebody moves the sheep up to Jody. Jody trims their little...
No, the first thing we had to do is get all the sheep in half of the barn. We did do that.
I was just talking about the process of Go ahead, you can explain that to them.
So Jody had the sheep in the barn, but then in the, what do you call the part of the barn where like the actual animals go with the hay?
Like a pen?
Okay, but it was like half the barn was the pen.
Yeah.
And they were just like milling around. Well, she wanted them corralled in tighter half of that.
Even less.
Yes. So we had to be like the herding dogs. We had to get all the sheep in there, and then Jody blocked them off. That was our first job.
And that was fun because Rachel and I were being like so
Excuse
polite.
Me. Excuse me.
Do you mind? Could you?
Meanwhile, sheep are skittish.
Yeah.
And you've probably seen like the sheep in a field where the actual like herding dog is herding them, and a couple split off, and then they like, they were doing that. Like a couple of them forking the river around us.
Wait, I'm going to put that video in right here.
Oh, okay.
So, you want to grab that gate?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Come on, girls. Come on. This way. This way. Come on. Keep going. Go, go, go. Come on. Run away, girls. Okay.
Almost.
Yep, there you go. Keep going. Right. Yep, that's right. That's right. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. All right. You're basically shepherds now.
Because that is so funny. It was so cute how you'll hear Jody's voice, and Jody's like, come on, girls, wrong way, girls. And I don't know if Rachel thought she was talking to us or the girls, but she goes, wrong way, girls. And Rachel goes, okay.
Come on, girls. Come on. Easy. This way. Come on. Keep going. Go. Come on. Wrong way, girls. Okay.
Almost.
It turns around. I've watched that one plenty of times. It's so cute. Let me get a picture of the group for the day. In case we say names, you guys can be along for the journey. Okay, so here's the beginning of the day. I'm going to zoom in for you guys. Here's me and Melinda. There's Rachel. So Melinda's the shearer. She's a Boss Mare Shearing. And then on the other side of the picture, next to Rachel is Jody. It's her flock that we're working with. And next to Jody is Harrison, then Ruth, and at the very end is Amber from A Lovely Yarn. She has a channel. We talked about her
And
here.
honestly, I'm not certain about Harrison, but everyone else in that picture either has or will have a YouTube channel.
That's cool.
That is cool. Ruth does
Social media.
mostly shorts. I see her. And Melinda does her weekly videos. I think Jody's going to start like a podcast type channel, and then Amber has a well-established channel, A Lovely Yarn.
Yeah.
So I'll get all of them linked below.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You guys can follow all our friends. Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so first we get this whole flock of sheep corralled into like a third of the barn space, right? A pen,
Yeah.
like a smaller pen.
Yeah.
Because they're easier to catch if they're more condensed. And then we had a place to put the sheep. So we put some gates up, and then the sheep that had been sheared already would go into that larger pen that we had corralled them
Yes.
out of.
Here are the ones waiting for haircuts. And then here are the little babies that got haircuts already. Well, they're not babies, but... Hi, girls. Look at them. They're so cute. Hi.
Okay, so that part. So the first thing that happens is somebody goes and gets a sheep that has not yet been sheared. And they walk them to Jody. And Jody trims their feet. And then Melinda would take the sheep and shear them. And then after they were shorn,
Sounds right.
the sheep would walk to Amber, or be walked to Amber.
Also
She
a
would
generous
give them-
term.
Right, I know. She would give them their shot. It was like tetanus and something else. And then they would be released back into the pen. And Harrison would go collect the fleece that was just shorn, bring it to the skirting table. And I'll try to be putting pictures up. I should have gotten a whole video of the steps in the process.
I bet we could piece it together pretty well.
Me.
A skirting table is basically like a wire frame, like it's like they've made a big screen kind of.
Yeah. It's a screen with big holes.
Yeah.
So you take the fleece and you shake it out on the table, cut side down,
Yeah, it's to get any little pieces
like
off.
any second cuts, or sometimes corn was falling out of the fleece. And then we would go through and skirt it, which is basically removing any...
Wet, poopy, matted. That's what we were looking for. And big chunks of vegetable matter.
Yeah. So me, Rachel, Ruth, and Harrison would skirt the fleeces, and then after we were happy with where the fleece was at, like that we got all the undesirable parts out of it, we would fold it,
Roll it like a
one
sleeping
side
bag.
in, one side in, and then roll it from
Head
to butt. Stick it in a bag, and then Ruth would label either the breed, or if the sheep had a name.
If the
its
sheep
name.
didn't have a name, Ruth was naming them.
Yeah.
And I think that probably happened last year too, because at the end of the day, I heard Amber, she had like a clipboard with the list of sheep, And she was like, where's? And she said a name. And Jody was like, oh, that's one of the Icelandic ones. But Ruth had given that Icelandic sheep a different name this year.
Oh, aw. And Amber would track that people were shorn and vaccinated. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's called vaccinated when they're sheep, but they're medicine. And then somebody would take the fleece, usually me or Harrison, up to the loft. And
I went up there one time, but they were steep steps with really no handrail.
right.
So going up was no big deal, but coming down was scary.
Yeah, it was. Yes.
Like I
Steep.
only went up once, and then I don't think Ruth went. Ruth was like, I was up there last year. I'm good. I was doing this all on no sleep because I worked a midnight shift the night before. So in addition to me just being a wobbly walker, I was tired. I didn't feel like going up and down the barn steps was going to do me any good.
Rachel and I were fueled on like enthusiasm.
The fun of it.
Yes, of being around our friends and being around the sheep and like being able to take part in that process, which is crucial if you would like to then knit with yarn in the future, I had a sick kid at home who had us up throughout the night. We've had
Oh, there's our friend, the Dropbox box.
tummy issues in our house. So Rachel and I were like this.
It was rough. It was a rough morning. We were cranky for at least half until we got breakfast. At some point, I talked Renee into ordering breakfast like down the road. I was like, I know there's a restaurant about 15 minutes down the road. Call them, get us eggs. And that turned us around.
It really did. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
And we weren't grumpy about, we were excited about what we got to do that day.
Just
we were
so
just
tired.
both, sleep deprived. Okay. So Rachel and I got to move the sheep from the big room to the small room.
That came later in the day. At some point, I was like,
Wait, no, that was at the top of the day.
That was the first thing.
But I was looking at those sheep thinking, whenever Jody was like, can somebody hold this one for me? I need to go do a thing. I'm like, me, I will. I'll hold that sheep.
Shetland sheep are not big. I don't think they were over 100 pounds, were they?
No. Melinda said 70 to 80-ish.
Yeah, they were a very manageable size. So, like, I could even hold them in between my legs, and they come up to, like, knee height, which is a little scary because of the bad knee. But they weren't so big that I've, at any point, thought that it was, like, a danger to my wobbly leg. I did whisper in one sheep's ear, and I was like, hey, if you go, I go. So if you're thinking about knocking me over and making an escape, I'm just going to land on you.
Let me get a picture of you with the sheep.
They were so cute.
They were so
It was a
cute,
little
you
bit
guys.
chilly that day, and them sheep will keep you warm.
Okay,
Cuddle up to a sheep.
oops. Here is the size that we're talking. I'm like squatted down by one. And
Aren't they cute?
look at this face, you guys. All right, let's get Rachel with one.
Where's my girl Cranberry? That was the first sheep I ever met.
This one?
Yeah. There she is.
I'm going to try to get just you with Cranberry. Here she is. And Cranberry. Here you go. Cranberry, it looks like Rachel is holding her down with her hands, but she's not. I have a video.
I'm literally, my hands are there because Cranberry's warm.
And Cranberry was like, if I just lay my front half down, will they forget that I need to be sheared?
Every once in a while, Cranberry would like get real still and then all of a sudden like, try to get away. Try to zoom out of there.
They
And
were
also,
so cute.
my feet are like this. She would take her little hoof and be like, get away. Let me go.
So as the day progressed, I was asking Jody, like, do you need help in there? Do you need help in there? In there being
In the
catching
sheep
a
pen.
sheep.
Because for a big chunk of the day, Jody's husband was doing that.
Yes.
But then he must have had something else to do. He went to do something else at some point. That was also the time of day that standing on a concrete floor it will wear on you.
Yeah.
And I was getting sore and I was like so tired. I was like, I need a different job. I can't just stand at the skirting table. I kept trying to like go see the puppy dogs because just standing wasn't enough I was tired.
Yeah.
So
Is that why you were over there all the time?
Yeah.
Oh. I was like, wow, she really likes those
No,
dogs.
I just needed, I couldn't stand still and I couldn't sit because then I'd really get tired. I needed to be like moving around.
Okay.
There was like nowhere to move in a barn.
Because we had some breaks in between the...
The dogs also had fresh air and sunshine, which is helpful when you're trying to stay awake.
Right.
But I did like the dogs. They were adorable and they were so big. I think we met the biggest dog I've ever met in my life.
They were like 160, 180 pound dogs.
Humongous. I have a picture of me holding one of their paws, and it looks like I'm holding someone's calf.
Like leg calf?
Oh, yeah. Like not
cow calf. Rachel did like the doggies.
Hold on.
They were cute.
Sorry, I got a text and it distracted me. Where's my guy Bear? Look at Bear's paw. That's huge. That dog was huge.
Yeah. For anyone who wasn't here last week, what Rachel and I are doing while you're watching us is, or hanging out with us, you might not be watching, you might just be listening. We are working through hand processing our first fleece ever, and this has been scoured, clean, dried by Rachel and myself, and now we are just opening the locks, which is hand picking, so that we can card this next. Okay. Okay. So back to, now we're still in the barn, and Jody's like, hey, me saying, hey, do you need help? You want to da-da-da? She's like, I don't need help unless you want to come in and help. I was like, I do want to come in. She's like, oh my gosh, why didn't you say so?
She was just like hanging around hoping.
Can anything I can do? You need help in there? And she said, I usually don't ask people to help move sheep because if you're going to get hurt, it's usually doing that. Of the jobs that were available. Obviously, there's risk in trimming nails and shearing, but I wasn't volunteering for that.
Both of those jobs did look terrifying.
Yes. So I jumped in the smaller pen with Jody because at this point now her husband had walked away. So she and I were catching sheep. And she was like, okay, this is how you do it. And she was walking me through it verbally. And she caught one. And Rachel's like, hey, was that your C1, Renee? You know, it's C1, teach one, C1, do one, teach one. I was like, oh, I hope so. And Jody's like, do you want to catch one? I was like, yes. And she's like, okay, you can catch the next one. So we have a video. Rachel came in the pen with us that next time.
To take the video, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll make sure the video's in either here or earlier when we were talking about it.
We're just gonna ever so slowly, like really slow.
Yeah.
We're gonna don't look at them.
Oh, don't look at.
Yeah, you
okay.
gotta talk to us like you're.
How will I know that I'm recording them?
Well, when we get closer, you can.
Okay, and then we just jump.
Well, Renee's the one who's gonna.
All right.
So just stop a second. Okay. Look that way. Okay. Take one drag step forward. Okay.
Oh, I think I could have had that one.
Okay. So Renee,
I'm holding the pen.
I'm going to grab the shoulders.
you can just grab their fleece.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Kind of identify the one you want from the back.
Okay.
Okay. Or my Rachel, we're gonna do them a little bit too because we're gonna
Corner
these
them.
guys. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, grab them.
Yeah, she got it.
Okay. Then get your legs. Get it between your legs. Yep.
All right.
Okay. And so then this. This pulls down.
Yep.
So it goes over their nose
And behind their
behind their ears, and then we pull that tight.
I got one.
You got a sheep.
I got a sheep.
Good job. She got a sheep.
She did good. That
You're hired.
was
You're
awesome.
back every year.
You did such a good
So,
job.
All right, now you got to do the
with it.
waddle.
if you can, walk her along.
So I caught one sheep. I forget that sheep's name now. Pork chop. I caught pork chop.
Yeah, I kept calling it chicken nugget.
I caught pork chop and no, drumstick.
Drumstick. Chicken nugget, yeah.
Yeah. And then the next one, Rachel got to catch, and Ruth videotaped the three of us in the pen for that one. And Jody said, you girls should have volunteered for this earlier in the day because the less sheep there are in here, the harder it gets. Like, it's easier to catch one when there's
a lot. There's not as many places to go. But listen, those sheep will try to jump up walls. They were everywhere.
Rachel said, these sheep are doing parkour.
They were.
They just bound wherever they want to go.
Also, my sheep catching came with sound effects.
You'll see me. I double over. I'm holding my knees laughing. After Rachel's sound effects. But you did a great job.
Thank you. So did you. I caught Cinnamon. Cinnamon was the sheep that I caught.
And then when Rachel was saying there was a grand champion, it's because Rachel had mentioned earlier in the day.
We should make it a game and guess, bracket out the sheep who's going to be left in the pen.
Right. Who's going to be the grand champion. And this year the grand champion was
Cafe Olay for good reason. She put up a fight all the way to the end. All the way to the end. She was the one, I think, parkouring up the walls. She was like, been here, done this. I know what's happening. Not interested. I kept trying to convince him. I'm like, hey, the humans pay so much for a spa day. This is great.
Right, I know. You're going to get your nails done. You get a haircut. You're going to feel so fresh and so clean. Yeah. There were a few of them that were friendlier than others. None of them were unfriendly, but a few of them were like, hi, hello, what are you doing over there, human? So I would go over and just scratch their head and their neck and their back. And one was like, oh yeah, that's it. Moving. And then just plop down right in front of the gate. Yeah. So I just stood there, because imagine having all of this attached to you. You know when you have a wool hat on and you take it off and then you're like, oh man, it feels so good just to scratch my head.
Yeah.
That's what I figured it probably
yes.
To be able to actually rub your skin.
So I'm gonna address something that many people in real life have asked.
Okay.
And so maybe people out there, and we have asked this question before too, but we already know the answer. What about the bugs?
Oh,
people will say well, what do you do with all the fleas and the ticks? We live in an area with a really high tick concentration. Yes. And so if you have other animals like dogs and cats, they need to be treated for fleas and ticks. And then most farm animals do have some kind of pest that bugs them. The horse and the cows get the flies.
Yeah.
But why don't sheep get fleas and ticks?
It was explained to us that the lanolin will actually smother those animals. They might be in there, but they're going to be dead because the lanolin...
Isn't that cool?
...protects the sheep from them.
And some of those fleeces were very lanolin-y.
Yes.
And some of them smelled different.
Yeah, that was cool. I still don't know why.
I don't know either, but some of the fleeces smelled sweet. Like fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Okay, so as we were going through this whole process, we got to hear the names of the flock. We would call back and say, oh, this one is Brussels sprout. Oh, this one is...
Ramona.
Oh, this one is blah, blah, blah.
Roberta.
Dahlia. And then at the end of the day, okay, so at some point we had another friend join us, Randy.
When Randy showed up, that's when I pieced out of the picking, because I thought, or not the picking, the skirting. So I was like, oh, well, she's here now. She can take my spot.
Hey, and I had already been assigned myself to sheep catcher and sheep holder at that point, because Jody could do stuff if she wasn't stuck holding the sheep that was waiting to be shorn. So I was like, here, give me that. I'll hold and snuggle and take ussies with those cute little sheep. Oh, I
Amber
love them
did
so
say,
much.
Renee, how many selfies have you taken with the sheep today?
A lot is the answer. Hey, I got to tell you, though, I really thoroughly enjoyed hanging out with every single one of those humans
Me
there.
too. It was a good day.
The sheep as well, but like, what a cool crowd of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're just cool people.
They were all people that we had, if they're not our friends, we had previously met them. Harrison and Randy were in the Sheep to Shawl event at PA Sheep and Wool.
That Rachel and I emceed last year.
And they let us interview them. So
Yeah.
we already were at least familiar with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Great vibes. That was a good day.
Yeah.
And Jody says that we're on the list now. That we get to be invited back. Yes.
I know.
So we couldn't have been that much trouble.
Right.
No, I think we did a good job.
I hope so.
And then everyone brought some food to contribute to the potluck. So I made a bean salad and brought tortilla chips. Rachie brought salad, and cookies. We had a delicious meal.
Really a well-deserved meal too.
Yeah. Yeah. And I made sure to eat through the day. So my banana made an appearance. My protein shake made an appearance. And I am still trying to stay very well hydrated.
Jody did have hydration drinks there.
Yeah, she knows. I'm
Yeah.
sure life on a farm,
Yeah.
you need that. But I was just drinking a ton of water. I'm starting to add salt to my water for the
Smart.
minerals,
Yeah.
like Celtic sea salt.
Yeah.
But it's making me puffy. I woke up this morning. Are my eyelids still on top of my...
A little bit.
Like,
A little
this was
bit.
so puffy because I keep adding salt to my water and I'm trying to drink more water, that this, like, eyelid was laying on top of that eyelid. I was like, it's hard to open my eyes today.
Yeah.
But if I'm well hydrated, so be it.
All right. Hey,
What?
I don't know. This is off center. We're all off center.
What do you want me to do?
Well,
come in or go out?
You keep veering back, but it's fine. I don't want to do the whole episode to find out you can only hear one of us.
Oh, okay.
That would be terrible.
Okay.
I think it's good now.
I feel like it's closer to you.
It's in the center.
That's I don't know that. What's off?
Look at our heads. You keep coming into the lady butt. See your
keep
head and
coming-
lady
you
butt?
want me over here?
No, I'm just saying that, like, everything.
What?
You think that's equal distance between us?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
All right.
What?
I don't, but if you do,
And you're the louder one anyways.
as long as you guys can hear me, it's really all I care about. But actually, I just care about not having to do this again. I don't mind doing it many times. I just want to do it once a week and talk about different stuff. I don't want to have to
say the same things.
push record and try to remember what I said for the last amount of time.
Hey,
You know what I thought was so funny? Is that, like,
I
when
love it when people preface a statement.
Tell
me what was so
it's
funny.
very windy. Yes, not yesterday. Sometime in the past.
Okay.
I was thinking about how, like, when we sit down and start talking, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how long it's going to be. But when they sit down and start watching, they do know.
Right.
Like, they already know how long we're going to sit here and blabber for.
Right.
And then I can remember thinking that, like, I've always liked to watch YouTube. So when I used to watch people, I would get nervous for them because the time was going to run out, and I thought they would run out of time when they were saying goodbye.
But they're the ones that actually chose the length of their video.
But like, obviously, right, they didn't cut it off before they said goodbye, but I was like, oh gosh, there's only 15 seconds left. They really got to wrap this up.
That's so funny.
Isn't that funny?
Hey, I gotta say, I primarily watch YouTube.
Me too.
I don't watch TV except for the like one show, not every night, but some nights with my husband. Once we put the kids to bed, we'll like sit down and he and I will either just talk or play a game or watch one show before he goes to bed because he's an earlier sleeper than me. But other than that, I watch YouTube.
Okay.
Or listen to YouTube.
I do too. I am still, and I'm surprised because this whole releasing an episode a week thing usually loses me, but I'm very, very invested in the pit.
Oh.
Are you caught up? We won't
Yes.
spoil it.
Yes,
we
I
won't
am.
spoil it. But
I am.
there's one more episode, and I feel the same way. Like, they don't have enough time to wrap up all the things that they've unfolded.
That's so funny. I don't feel that way.
You don't?
No.
They only have one more episode, and I feel like we're not resolving anything. Things just keep happening.
Hey, maybe that's the advantage of my time blindness. I don't have anxiety for the show or the YouTube content creators that they're going to run out of time.
I do. Well, and in regards to the show, it's not that I'm worried they'll run out of time so much as I'm worried that I'm going to be disappointed because they didn't do
Close
all the
loops.
things right.
Okay.
But also, like, I get it. Television loves a cliffhanger. I don't love a cliffhanger.
Oh.
That's why I don't read series of books that are unfinished.
And if she does read them accidentally, she's very unhappy about it.
Super unhappy about it. Not interested. I'll just wait, and I'll wait until I can binge the whole thing.
And drink some protein.
There you go. All right.
What happened after the potluck, though?
After the potluck, we went on a tour of Jody's new fiber mill. It was so cool. So cool.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
They constructed a brand new 3-story building. Beautiful hardwood floors on 2 of them. On 2 of the floors, not the basement foundation level, obviously. And the cool part about that is that if possible, she will include the name of the sheep. So we were walking around some of her finished yarn. We were like, oh, look, it's blah, blah, blah.
Brussels sprout
blah,
was
blah,
there.
Blah. That was so cool.
It was so cool.
And we got to see some of her planned upcoming released yarns.
Oh, I've never texted her the idea for the name yet. Forgot.
We can do that.
Okay. Is that it?
I think so.
That was it. Nene drove us home because I was almost delirious at that point. There's no way. No way I could have driven home safely. So, thank goodness.
Yeah, I think we did a good job, like getting there and getting back safely.
Yeah.
Because I kept drinking coffee throughout the day, and I feel like that helped propel us home. And I made it, like, I didn't take a nap when I got home. I made it to actual nighttime.
I did too.
And
But
then
I slept hard when I slept.
yeah, I couldn't have, what's that noise?
It's my husband in the blender.
Oh, I couldn't have slept. I couldn't have napped at that point because we got home late.
We got home.
It was like past dinner time at my house. So no napping, just power through to the end of the day. Yeah, that was our weekend.
Yes.
One day of the weekend. I feel very lucky and honored to have been there on shearing day.
I loved it.
It was
Loved
so
it.
cool.
It was so cool.
Just an excuse to
But
play with all
also,
those sheep.
it was a ton of work. That was a full day of, like, work.
How many hours were we shearing?
Well, 9 to 4, 7 hours.
Non-stop. There wasn't like,
There was
oh,
no
and let's go
stopping.
get...
I'm telling you, those breaks happened so fast you didn't know.
Yeah, no.
You didn't even know it was happening.
The breaks for us, for the volunteers built in was if you need to use the restroom or if you have to go refill your drink.
Right.
So, Rach, what are you wearing today?
I am wearing my newest Nebula. This is the one that I knit out of Birdie DK.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you very much. This is Birdie DK from the Lamb and Kid. The color is Cookie Monster. Mm-hmm. I knit it into a Nebula, which is a pattern by Andrea Mowry.
Yep.
This one is knit in a size 5. I'll stand up here in a second. It's knit in a size 5. I knit my first one in a size 4.
I'm
And
going to pull up the pattern for you.
okay. So, don't you guys mind that I'm wearing it with pajama pants. Okay. Okay, so. There she is. There's the girl. So, I chose a size 5, which is bigger than the last one for more ease. In Andrea's stock or samples, in those pictures, she did hers in Odang DK, but that one is more ease than the one that she did in the Confluence Cotton and Lace Weight Odang.
So, if she held only a fluff yarn, she sized up.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And
is that what led you to think you'd like to size up?
Well, I knew that one of them I wanted to be bigger, so I thought, well, I'll do the same thing as her because obviously she knows what she's doing. And I appreciate it because this is a very drapey yarn. It's Surrey alpaca and silk. I think it's 90% alpaca and 10% silk. So there's a lot of drape here.
Yeah.
And so it complements the amount of ease.
Okay.
I think if this were one that had that wool, cotton, and silk alpaca, it's more structured.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I would want it with that much ease. So I do have that combination of yarn.
It's so pretty.
Thank you.
It's such a fun color too, Rachel.
Oh my gosh, I love the color.
I love the color.
I did omit the last 2 short rows again.
Okay.
And Andrea's is knit to be quite cropped in the front. And when I knit my first one, I increased the... You knit it bottom up. So the body length, I knit an extra 1.5 inches. But I kind of wanted this one to have the same length as that one. And in the one size up, the yoke is deeper. Like the whole, do you know what I mean? Like the yoke is deeper.
Yeah.
So I took the difference of that, which was 1/2 inch, and subtracted it from the amount that I increased the body.
Okay.
So I only increased the body by 1 inch, because then I thought
You're going to get the other 1/2 inch in the yoke depth.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that made sense to me, and I think it worked out pretty well. Other than that, I followed the pattern. Now, I'm going to say this.
Needle size? Same needle size as she recommends?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's garbage.
What size gauge is that?
I have no idea. Do you still have the pattern up?
No, I have my project up now.
Let me look. This yarn is a little bit of a nightmare to pick up stitches.
Oh.
It's really hard.
I could see that.
So if I were going to do it again, and I'm not sure that this is going to make sense to you unless you actually knit it. So write yourself a note. If you actually want to knit this sweater, you have to come back to this timestamp of this episode, because if you ask me in 6 months, I'm not going to remember. What is the gauge? Where's the gauge? Where do we see
Usually
it?
at the top. Is that the first page?
Yeah. Oh, 17 stitches.
Okay, 17 stitch gauge.
So when you get up to the top, you need to make a neck opening, and she has you bind off the stitches and then pick them up to do the collar. I would not bind those stitches off. I would put them on a cord keeper, and then I would just move along. Attach new yarn if you have to. Who cares? That's so much easier. Weaving in one end on the other side would have been so much easier than trying to pick up stitches in fuzzy yarn and ribbing, because you've done some ribbing. Can you see it back here?
Yeah.
And then so my pickup's not great because you can't see anything.
Oh.
There's so much fuzz. And then sometimes if you pick it up and the fuzz, it was really difficult. I didn't enjoy that process. So if I had to do it over again, it was no problem on the last one because I didn't use fuzzy yarn. Instead of binding off the stitches when she tells you to, I would just put those on a progress keeper.
Okay.
Or not a progress keeper, a cord, or what are they called? The barber cords. The barber cords. Or a spare piece of yarn. And anything except binding them off. That's what I would do.
Okay.
I mean, obviously it worked. I have a completed sweater.
Yeah.
And, no one's really looking back there. And the fuzzy yarn hides a lot.
Right.
A lot. So it gives you a lot of grace in your knitting.
Do you think she binds it off for integrity or structure of
So I don't know. So a garment knit very similarly to this that I have knit is her Weekender Crew. And I was like, how did she do that neckline? Because I remembered it being very similar. When I was doing this one, I was like, I think that Weekender Crew was a similar construction.
Okay.
It's just a different shape.
Okay.
So I went and looked, and she does have you put those stitches on hold.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be fine.
Okay. Got it.
I don't think it's a big deal.
That would be a great question to email in to her. Just because I like to hear her talk through her processes. No, not that much. Hey, did we get into a lanolin patch? Because I can feel it in my hands now.
Can you? I cannot.
I didn't feel it the whole time we did this.
My hands are still pretty clean. Maybe you have a different piece.
Section.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Do I have anything else to say about this? Size 5, omit the last 2. Some of these things won't make sense to you unless you're actually knitting the pattern. But when you're doing the short rows at the hem, I omitted the last 2. That seems to be a pretty common modification. I read it in quite a few Ravelry pages. I didn't invent that.
When you say the last 2, is that 2 turns or 4 turns?
They're all stepped out, like numbers 1 through 22.
Okay, so you just took out 21 and 22.
Okay, but don't quote that part. I don't know. That's what I mean. Like, unless I read you the pattern,
No,
which
but
I don't.
my brain is saying, is it back and forth 1 short row?
It's 2 instructions. Omit 2 instructions.
Okay.
The last 2 instructions that are short rows, don't do them.
Okay.
And I think, again, I'd have to read the pattern out loud. But I think one instruction is one direction.
Okay. Because my brain's trying to figure out.
I know, but I think if you were actually knitting it, what I'm saying
would
is,
make
that's what
sense.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
A
okay.
lot of this stuff
That's
is not going to
helpful.
make sense if you're not knitting the pattern.
Right.
But if you are, like,
Right.
I figured it out very easily. And the Ravelry pages just said omit the last 2 short rows.
Okay.
So if you're knitting the pattern, it's going to make sense. And if you're not knitting the pattern, you probably don't care.
Okay.
So look how dark that section
Yeah.
is. I do have yarn to make one more. I'm pretty excited about. And then maybe I'll do a little show and tell with all 3 of them one day for you guys. The yarn that I have is...
Is it up in one of those baskets or no?
No, it's not. Farmer's Daughter, Confluence Cotton, and Oh Dang.
Which is what she knit her longer sleeve
Greenish
sample out
one in.
of.
Yes, and I do think that I'll put sleeves on that one because I already have 2. Oh, and this sweater, remember last week we were talking about should I add sleeves and should I not add sleeves? Happy with my decision, but it is warm. This will not be
To not add sleeves.
Yeah. This will not be a summer sweater in any way, but I do think that this is a good transitional. Like it would have been good at Indy. Remember the temperature at Indy? Mm-hmm. Where it was like chilly, but like, what do you wear? Like, you had to change clothes.
Yes.
And I wore T number 1 and I was a little bit cold for a couple hours and then I was fine.
Yes.
It's that kind of.
Yes.
That kind of day. That like, what am I wearing today? I don't know. I think
Right.
this is good on that kind of day.
Okay. That's great. And you completed that quickly.
Yeah.
How long was that on the needles?
Let me tell you. Started March 21st, completed April 5th. So 2 weeks in one day.
Quick.
Yeah.
Really quick.
Yeah.
To have a full finished garment.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Do you think it is a quick knit, or did you just have a lot of time to knit that week?
Well, it's short sleeves and a DK gauge. So, and I do think that's a quick knit. I saved this. This is what I had left of the 3rd skein of yarn.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
That's so cool. The pattern does say that I should need 4 skeins of yarn, and if I had done those other 2 short rows, maybe.
Right.
But I did save this just to show you guys. If I had 3 skeins, it would have been the most terrifying game of yarn chicken.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So,
Hey, what did you gauge swatch with that yarn, or did you just go with it?
no, I gauge swatched.
Oh, but you don't want to have to rip that gauge swatch out.
Ew, no.
Right.
You don't want to rip this yarn out.
So meaning
It's
like
not fun.
that's not even
all-
like a bank in a reserve.
I mean, no.
Like, for when I played yarn chicken before, I've had to pull my swatch out.
No,
and
it would be miserable.
really.
I would just order another skein of yarn if you can.
Yeah.
Just maybe you just get the Andrea's pretty generous in her estimations when I've never run out of yarn in an Andrea Mowry pattern if I had the amount that she said I needed.
Okay.
She gives you enough to swatch, and yeah, I've never come close. So in this case, I bought 5. Maybe I was planning on doing sleeves. I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I was planning on knitting a different sweater. But I have 2 skeins of this.
What are you going to do with those, do you
I don't
think?
know. That's exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. You could take some of your hand spun plus that and pump it up.
I know. Well, that would be beautiful.
It would be gorgeous. That blue with like your blue pinky purple vibe that you like to spin.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you have any in like bulky weight.
No, I'd have to spin it.
What's that first art yarn you ever spun?
Green and yellow and purple.
Oh, I can't even remember that one.
Do you want to see it? I can get it.
No. I don't care. If you want to get it.
I don't want to maneuver
don't
around
do
this
it.
light.
Don't do it.
The light beside me is like, it's obnoxious to move. It's got an umbrella on it, and it's got a post sticking out the back. So there's like 9 different ways that you can get
Caught.
Yeah, your knit's caught on it.
Okay. Do you want to tell them anything else about that?
I think that's all I have to say about this one.
It's nice to know that you enjoyed knitting that pattern so much that
I loved
you would
it.
plan a third.
I do plan a third, and honestly, I yesterday was looking for something to cast on, and it was in the running.
Really?
Yeah, because it's such an easy thing. If you're sitting around one day and you're like, you know what I want to do? I want to just knit. I don't want to worry about like a colorwork yoke. I don't want to worry about like raglan increases. I just want to like get in there and start knitting. This is a pretty good pattern.
Okay.
You do the hem, you do some short rows, and then you just knit a ton of stitches in the round for, I don't know, I think it's like 10 inches. I knitted 10 inches. So if that's what you're looking for, this is a great pattern. And then by the time you're tired of that, it's quick.
Okay.
Front, back, slap on some ribbing and you're done.
Okay.
I couldn't recommend this pattern enough. This is up there on like, I think it's fun to knit, and I think it's a very flattering. I keep telling Renee it's the sweater that French tucks itself. Us millennials were like made for this.
Yes. I tried Rachel's on when we were done recording last time, and I loved it. And I have to tell you, looking at the pattern, I could appreciate that it's cute. But until Andrea wore her long sleeve green one in person when she was teaching us the Fearless Steeking class in Montana last year, I was like, I love it. I love everything about it. I love the colors that she chose. I think that they're so, for me, unexpected. But they work really, really well together. Do you still have that pattern now?
Yeah.
Will you show them the long sleeve green one?
Yes.
That's what made me, if I hadn't wanted to make an easy V, oh, it's so cute.
It is.
If I hadn't wanted to make an easy V when we were there, that would have been the sweater quantity I would have picked up.
Yeah, it's good. It's real good.
Okay.
All right, what are you wearing, Nay?
I am wearing my Stockholm V-neck slipover by Petite Knit. I knit a size medium, and for the whole project I held 2 strands. One was a silk mohair by Issayer. It was colorway 7S, and then the wool is Knitting for Olive Merino, their fingering weight, in light cognac. I went up 1 US needle size, so I knit this on a size 8, a US 8.
That's a nice needle size.
I know.
Knit that thing quick.
I remember that this one went quick. And the only modification that I remember making is that when I scrolled through Ravelry, some project pages were saying that under the underarms would be like, is that gaping?
Gaping?
Yeah,
open?
like flapping open towards the world. So I did, I decreased 4 stitches out, 2 stitches per round. So 2 decreased rounds.
Is the lanolin chunk.
Did you get
Yeah.
it? Like, I can feel it on my hands. I don't hate it,
No, yeah.
but you can tell.
Yeah.
So I did 2 rounds of decreases in there to keep the ribbing in the correct format, like knit purl,
even
knit purl.
numbers.
Yeah. I think what I did was when I got towards the beginning of round, the 2 stitches before the beginning of round, I decreased those together. And then the 2 stitches after beginning of round, I decreased those together so that it would keep my knit 1, purl 1 pattern. Yeah. That's all I can say.
Okay.
I love this. I put it on today and again was like, wow, I really love this
What
piece.
made you want to knit that piece in that color?
Good question. I'd love to tell you.
Thank you.
I was watching 2 Pearls in a Pod, And they had this piece on one of their prior videos. And I was like, oh man, I love it. And then I forgot about it. And then after that, maybe like 6 months go by, they were doing like oh yeah, this one is lanolini too. They were doing like a pattern review of the things that they've made. I don't know if it was like their most worn or their favorites or their top, but Paige brought this piece up again. I was like, wow, I forgot I do like that. I did it in exactly her yarn choices, color and everything. I was like, I want it to come out exactly like that. So that's what I did.
Okay.
So Paige,
So
if you
thank you,
ever see
Paige.
this, thank you so much for the inspiration. Yeah. I'm really happy with it. She knocked it out of the park on her selections. I don't know if she picked them on her own or if she was inspired by another person, but kudos to her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm wearing.
Nice.
Have you finished anything?
I have. In addition to this, I have 2 FOs to show you.
Oh, let's go.
Have you?
One.
Okay, so I'll go first?
Yeah.
Okay. First thing I finished was my Ruffle edit, which is a test knit that we're testing for Casey from Young Folk Knits. And it was designed, I think, in collaboration with Yarn Jam. It was designed in Yarn Jam's Shanico Sport. It takes 1 skein.
Yep.
My color is Razzle Dazzle.
Razzle dazzle.
Wait until you guys see these 2 colors together. They're so good.
Oh, they are.
Look at this. Hold on.
They are.
How cute.
Cute.
How cute is that?
Rachel.
I know.
That's awesome.
I know,
Did you
it's
pick
so
that color
cute.
with that in mind to like pair it with that piece?
No.
It just happened.
I just like this. What is this? It's not
The
like...
vibrancy, the saturation.
Yeah, but what's the word for it? Because they're not jewel tones. They're brighter than jewel tones.
Oh,
But they're not fluorescent.
someone's going to have to comment and
Someone
let us
that
know.
knows words, tell me the word.
Okay.
But whatever this is, apparently I like.
Okay.
So this is Razzle Dazzle. And this is the shawlette size. Let me see.
So pretty.
Isn't it pretty?
It's gorgeous. When you blocked it, did you stretch it at all?
I did not stretch it, but I encouraged it to be its full,
Like lay flat in the right shape.
lay flat and straight because it's a triangle. And I wanted that center seam to be nice and...
Yeah.
And then I did pin down prior to the ruffle so that it laid flat until the ruffle.
Okay.
And then I went through the ruffle like we used to go through apple pie crust. And I like, you know, when you make pie crust and you're like...
Or like a pumpkin pie. I can still remember that movement. Of,
Yeah. So I like ruffled the ruffles.
Hold on. Let me pull up a pie crust in case we're not making sense to some people. Pumpkin
So,
pie.
This cutie patootie here can be tied. And it would be so cute. Oh, what are we doing? It can be tied.
Can you guys see the crust?
Yeah.
How it's like...
Yeah. Or you can... I have a shawl cuff that I've been meaning to show you guys for weeks. But it's just really
it's adorable.
cute. It's really cute.
It is.
And this is non-superwash, even though you would not know by the feel. Like up against my neck, it feels wonderful.
Yeah, that yarn is very special.
Yes. And did I already say the pattern is going to release on May 1st for Yarncentric?
Yep.
We will have ours. Trisha will have samples in the booth. You
Yep.
can shop the yarn there and see the samples.
And it's a bingo square, you guys. A single skein project for if you're playing bingo with us.
Boom. I might have blacked it out already. We should look at that thing. I'm confident.
Are you doing it hard?
What's hard? We're one project.
per one block.
Sure.
Okay.
Cardigan. Is cardigan on there?
Yes.
I got to knit a cardigan. That was also in the running yesterday when I wanted to cast something on, and it was so close.
What won?
I'm going to show you on Whips.
Oh, come on.
The reason that it won is because the color matched fabric that had just got delivered.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, who's going to wear a cardigan this summer? Probably not me, but I will wear this thing.
Okay.
Okay, so that's that. But this is my first finished object. I'm testing it, so I knit it exactly to pattern.
Look how curly these ones are, guys. Look at that. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that, Rachel.
Thanks.
They do
Don't they
look
look
great
good together?
They do. It's a whole moment.
I know. It's a vibe, you guys.
Bold, saturated. I don't know what word you want.
Someone out there knows words better than me.
Yeah.
Someone's going to tell me what word I want. Okay. What did you finish? Show us. Show us something.
Okay, let me show you something. I finished something that I did not expect to finish this quickly. Hold on. I finished my hand-spun socks. I did not expect to
Why
finish
did you not
these
expect to finish them? You knit one in a week. Why wouldn't you knit the other?
because I was so nervous about getting the
The Friday tea.
yeah, that's where I was putting all of my attention. However, I took the kids over to play. I took the kids on a play date, and the kids were really happy to just play and be outside. And I was having a very concentrated conversation with my friend. So I always bring my knitting, you know, because we're just watching the children and making sure that they're safe and don't need anything. But they were playing outside, so we were sitting in chairs, and I thought I was going to knit on my tea, but we were so focused in a conversation, there were tears involved, that I was like, I can't knit on that. I'm just going to knit on this sock. And I got a lot of the sock done. So here they are.
They look so pretty.
Thank you. Are they
look
cute?
so pretty. I love how they look so similar.
Look at this brown portion right here.
Yes.
I didn't manage
and
or
your
anything.
heels are both the same color.
Isn't that cool? The toes are different, but I thought about managing it, and I was like, I'm just going to let her do what she wants to do.
Yeah.
So here's this one.
They're
Talk about it
so
in a
pretty.
second.
They're so pretty. And then again,
you.
Okay, that's pretty true. They are a little bit more vibrant than they showed up last week, but we have natural light this week, so it's helping.
This one, I
They're
love them.
beautiful.
Thank you. They're not blocked yet. So this is hand spun from Wound Up Fiber Arts. It is their scrappy sock pack. And what I did was I grabbed what I thought were the more cooler. You get a bunch of these nests of fiber, and there were probably 10, 12 nests of fiber, and I split them up evenly. Cool versus warm. I spun the mostly cool ones onto one bobbin. I spun the mostly warm ones onto another bobbin. Then I applied those together. And I got a pretty consistent fingering weight yarn. So this is a fingering weight sock pattern. Like, that's what I knitted as. The next time that I spin for socks, we were talking with our friends. One has started being influenced by Tori, then Rachel, then me, to spin a 3-ply fingering. And I do think with this, because it's so slippery,
Yes.
that would be easily achieved.
It is so slippery.
Because if I had to judge this yarn, if there was an inconsistency, it was inconsistently, oop, there's a thin spot versus, oop, there's a thick spot. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, there were more thins.
Yes.
If it was going to go one direction, it was going to go thin. So let's see, what did I do? Cast on.
Remind me to talk about that.
I cast on with over 2 needles and then popped the second needle out so that I had a nice even cast on edge. You guys taught us that, and I will always use that for my socks.
I do
moving
too.
forward.
I do too. Genius.
And then I did a 2x2 rib for 4.5 inches. And for the first sock, I did just kept knitting, made it like in my mind that was going to be an afterthought heel. And I cut in the afterthought. Where's my first sock? I cut in the afterthought 3 rows after I changed the pattern from, so this would have been all 2x2 rib. But then when I hit right here, I knit on the back needle and ribbed on the top needle so that I wouldn't have any texture under my foot. And I didn't want it to go straight from ribbing. I don't know why. I just didn't want that. So I did a couple knit rows before I cut in my heel. Those stitches were really hard to pick up because look at this yarn. It's all like all over the place.
Barber Polly and not the
I'm
same.
like,
yeah.
And the color, it's this color and then it's another color, but it's back to that color. So for my second sock, I actually held, I knew where the afterthought heel was going to be put in. I held a contrasting color. White. I held white. Can you see that white line in there?
Yeah.
So that white line indicates where I was going to cut for the afterthought heel. And I just held the white fingering weight with my sock yarn, but it was just on that back side.
One time.
To indicate,
cut line.
Yeah, to indicate pick up above this and pick up below this.
That's smart.
It was really, really helpful. It made it so much easier to pick
That's
up.
really
There's
smart.
a better photo of those. So with handspun, if I do an afterthought heel again, I'm definitely doing that.
Hey, I would suggest you do that with Colorwork. I'll
Oh,
talk
really?
about that one day. But a full Colorwork heel, if you want to do a forethought, afterthought type situation, that's the better way to do it.
Hey, and then I took a picture because I knew I wanted to talk about it with you guys. Here's what it looked like once I had it on cables, but hadn't yet
I
cut
want to
it.
see it. Okay.
Hadn't yet cut it.
It's so pretty.
Thank you. I really, really, really am happy with this. Okay. So I put in the line to show me, here's where you want your heel to be. For my foot, I then knit 70 rows. I'm on a US 0 or 2 millimeter 9-inch circular. 70 rounds, and then I do a rounded toe recipe. I don't know where I got this recipe from, but I call it my rounded toe and my afterthought heel. I didn't invent it. It's just something that I fussed with long enough that I was like, that finally works for me.
There is a link to a rounded toe recipe in the description box.
Thank you. So for me, it is knit one round, and then I do a decrease round. The decrease round, I'm now on magic loop for my toes and my heels. Decrease round is knit one, slip, slip, knit, go all the way to the last 3 stitches on the first needle, knit 2 together, knit 1. Repeat that on the second needle. So I do that decrease round, knit 4 rounds, decrease round 3 rounds, decrease round 2 rounds, decrease round 1 round of knitting. Then after that, I decrease all the way down to 12 stitches for my toe, and then I graft those together. For my heel, I do the same thing, but I go down to 10 stitches. So I'll keep decreasing until I'm down to 10 stitches on each needle. But before I start any of the decreases, I do 7 straight rounds of knitting. And that gives me a lot of space for my high instep, high arch.
Are those the same thing?
We've looked at that before, and I think so, but not necessarily. But they're like, what's the correlation versus causation? You know what I mean? Some people can have a high instep without having a high arch, but most likely, if you have a high instep, you have a high arch. Yeah.
Okay.
There they are. I don't know if I brought it or not. I still have a meaningful amount of, I did bring it, hand spun sock yarn.
Oh, yeah, you do. Pop that up. Where's the scale? Oh,
Where is it?
I don't know.
Is it in this room?
It was right behind us before we started filming. I don't know
Today?
where- Yeah, I must have cleaned up. It's the way I lose everything.
Well, let me see, because I can tell you how much these are here. Okay. So this sock yarn I have left is 57 grams. And my 2 socks weigh, wonder if I could get another whole pair.
You could. I could do a pair of socks out of 50 grams. You'd have to use contrast heel toe cuff.
Oh, it went down to 55. So 55 grams here, And my socks are 54 grams.
Huh? You could knit me a pair.
I couldn't because do you think 1 gram gives me your foot size?
Make a little less cuff.
Stick this on your foot and see how short it is.
It's none short.
Really?
It's perfect.
Really? Show them. Is that comfortable for you?
Yeah. Yes, I'm surprised it's comfortable for you.
Really?
Maybe
You don't
socks
think
are
it's
more
shorten your toe?
No, that's going to stretch out.
You don't want any more rounds.
No.
Knit
them up, baby.
Does the heel feel good?
Feels perfect. Feels like it was made for me.
Remember last time when you're like, they wouldn't fit me. I'm like, that was cute.
They're adorable.
Put this one on. Rachel, they're so cute.
Adorable. You guys, I am dripping in wool right now. This one's even bigger.
Look at they're so cute. The top is even more cute because of the ribbing.
I don't know how to show you that.
Rachel, those are adorable.
Adorable!
I love them.
Adorable.
If somebody was trotting around wearing those,
Oh
I'd
my
be like,
gosh.
I need those.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's so rude though, because no one can have them.
So
Well,
do you
except
want
me.
these to make socks out of?
Yeah.
You can have this.
Okay.
Well, maybe.
Let
Let me tell you why. Because I do have a maybe thought for it.
Oh yeah, because you might do them in your
Colorwork. But you would just have to take off 2 rounds?
well, you do everything you want to do with that sock, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay. So that's my one finished object.
Perfect.
Aren't they good?
They're
feel
perfect.
good.
Yes.
I'm really, really happy with these. And it was fun just letting go and letting the colors go wherever they went. With spinning and also with knitting, I managed this none. Can you believe I spun this?
I mean,
believe-
I can believe it because I know, but that is impressive.
Isn't it?
It's so cool. So cool.
Yeah. So that's my one finished object. Oh, and I found one of these in my closet.
Is that
it has to
mine?
be yours.
Yeah.
So I just I don't have any of these, I don't think.
Well,
Why is it?
Because this is the not good pair. This is the good pair with this thing.
Okay. Well, now you have
Okay. More.
yeah.
More of
don't
them.
know.
Okay,
Is
I have to
that helpful?
take this neck thing off to show you the next neck thing.
Okay.
Okay. The last FO that I have for you today is this lady.
Oh, that's right. I cannot believe you
It
didn't
goes
take that
on
to show
forever.
Jody.
Well, the sleep deprivation.
Sleep deprivation.
Is that the right word?
Deprivation.
Whatever. This is, look at it.
Rachel, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
This is my finished
I love it.
creativity shawl. I love it.
Look how happy that is. Oh my gosh.
This pattern is by Tori.
There's currently a creativity knit along
There
going on.
is. You can still join it, but you got to hurry up.
Because it ends
I mean,
April 1st?
just for the knit.
I'm sorry, May 1st.
You can knit this thing whenever you want to knit it.
Look at
It's so hard to do this in a camera. Anyhow.
It's adorable.
And it's still got tails. This thing is long.
Okay.
I love it.
I love that too,
I
Rachel.
love it. Feel it.
What's it made out of?
So the main color, I know. The main color is Flower Hill Fleeces, yarn from the farm that we went shearing at on Saturday. Mm-hmm. The colorway is called Moonstone, but I think it was a one-off. I don't think that you can get this Moonstone anymore.
Okay.
It is merino, targy, sari silk. And if we'll get it close up, but it is like a very light gray with flecks of color through it. Isn't it pretty?
It's so pretty, Rachel.
Does it feel nice?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Here, let me get it close for them.
So it's DK weight.
It blocked out so nicely.
It blocked out so nice. And then that contrast color is my hand spun, and it's one braid from Three Waters Farm. And that was not it wasn't an incredibly consistent spin, but that pattern is quite forgiving. Isn't it pretty?
Gorgeous. Look at that.
I love it.
Okay, wait. Here, let's give Jody one. Where do you want it? In front of you?
No.
Jody goes, she said, you girls are really hard to screenshot. She wanted to share Rachel's, this.
It's so long. It goes like, I think this is the nicest shawl I've ever knit.
Really?
Yes.
That's exciting.
I like this shape. And I like the way that the edging was knit. Look how nice and flat it lays. Mm-hmm. When we knit
You have to show them how, like, the edging.
do you see how it's like, it's flat, but it's finished? So the first shawl that I ever knit this way was the through lines, and I did not understand for quite a long while that if you're knitting something with the incorporated I-cord, you don't want the I-cord super tight. And so my through lines, on a good third of it curls in, and it doesn't lay nicely because I made the I-cord too tight. So
I remember I was knitting that on the cruise, and I said to you, this looks funny. And I was just at the beginning of it, and you're like, don't knit that I-cord
loosen up
tight.
that I-cord. You have to knit it like obnoxiously loose.
Yeah.
This is not an I-cord, I don't think. That's not how I knit an I-cord, but it looks like an I-cord, and I didn't have to work to make it nice and...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You didn't have to intentionally loosen it?
No.
Okay.
No, and it just laid real nice. It looked a little curly when I was knitting it, but when I soaked it and laid it, it just laid down. I didn't have to like fuss with it at all. And I like the DK weight. I like everything about this.
Okay. It's gorgeous.
I love it.
That's a win.
It is a win.
Oh, Rachel,
Isn't
it's
it
so
pretty?
pretty. It's so happy. Those colors in real life. Yeah.
I know.
You properly have a rainbow going through that
I
thing.
know.
You have them all.
I know. We've said it, I think, every time we've shown it, but this was heavily inspired by Toshi's Creativity Shawl. They have a grayish background with a rainbow hand spun. So
Wait, let me pull up that pattern.
I tried to imitate that as much as I could without having access to any of the supplies because they used their own hand spun.
Did you knit that on the recommended needle?
Yes.
Okay.
For the
geez.
DK weight.
I'm typing
It's one of those patterns that's written to use hand spun, so there's a lot of options given for like gauge and weight and
creativity. There it is. So here it is on Tori. And then where's Toshi? The one that inspired Rachel is here.
Isn't it so good?
Yeah. And then Tashi, because we talk about them so much on this channel, but we've only showed their feet. There it is on. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay. What you working on? I have basically one width.
I have 3.
You go.
Okay. I'll show you. This one could have been an FL. We could have finished this, but I got mad at myself.
Okay.
Okay. So here is a Toadstool tank.
Oh, wow. You
I
got
know.
so much of that done.
I know.
I know. It's that black yarn.
This is the Bear Paw DK in the color Legend. This is the vest version. So that pattern comes in fingering or DK, 3 different like options.
That is incredible value. Let me pull it up for that.
Incredible. So this is the vest, which looks like, if I say tank top, that's probably what you would imagine. And then she has one that's more of a square neck, and then she has one that's like a cami.
Tolsta. This one?
That's the version that I'm knitting. That's the tank, the vest.
Okay. Let me get the pattern name too. So did you say who the pattern's by?
That's by the Crayabea, Rebecca
Clow.
Clow. Is that how you say her last name? Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is also bottom up. This was also quick. I wasn't knitting this. That's the square neck.
And then hold on, I want to show them the.
That's the cami, the camisole.
That's cool that you get like 3 in 1.
It's so cool. So this all got knit in a week. And this was like this Saturday morning. So I could easily have put 3 things of ribbing on.
Yeah.
But
Why'd you get mad?
when I read the instructions, it was after work Saturday morning. I read the instructions. And then I did not go to sleep. I worked all Friday night into Saturday morning. I went to the farm and I sheared sheep and did all that stuff for 10 hours. And then I came home and I was like, I totally remember the instructions. Don't read them again. Just do it. I picked up the whole collar. I knit the whole collar.
Is this Saturday still?
Saturday night. And then, you get that little spidey sense of like,
I know.
I don't know. It's not how I thought the collar was going to look.
Yeah.
So then I read the instructions. And I was like, yeah, you totally did it wrong. Then I told myself, it'll probably be okay. Put it on a barber cord and try it on. And I did. And it was pulling in. Like I did not have enough stitches on the collar.
Okay.
So instead of being a tank like this, it was doing this thing, like this shape.
Yeah.
But I don't like that shape.
Right.
That shape looks terrible on me. So I ripped it out. Then I did nothing else to it. It's so frustrating when you do something that's so expected. And it's so expected that you think you should have seen this, Rachel. You should have just looked at the pattern one more time. Because you do these things all the time. All the time you do them. Just look at the pattern. But no, Rachel knows it all. She knows everything. She couldn't possibly be wrong.
I got it. I'm on it.
So all this needs is a collar and 2
Arm ribbings.
arm ribbings, and then it's done. And it's
Is it all 3 rounds of ribbing? Neck and arms?
neck, arm.
Okay.
There's no ribbing on this thing except on the hem because
Okay.
it's bottom up. But then it'll be done. And then I'll have a little, it does fit really nicely though.
Good.
This,
What's that stitch gauge?
I don't know. Let me tell you.
Okay. Tell me the stitch gauge and if you used the needle size that she knit it
Okay.
with. Tell
Okay.
us.
Okay. Tulsa Tank. Oh, I didn't put anything. It's 17 stitches.
Okay.
On a US 8. That's what I used.
Okay.
And I think that I knit the size 5. And I knit the B cup, which was shocking because she has optional bust darts.
Oh, that's cool.
But I measured myself and I did not need bust darts.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that crazy?
That's cool.
I thought for sure I would. But I didn't need bust darts because you measure your upper bust and then your full bust. And I had a 2-inch difference.
Yeah.
And that was the cutoff. 2 inches or less, no bust darts.
Cool.
Now, if you measure under here, that's really different than up here. I had no idea all these measurements.
Yeah.
So I did not need to add bust darts. And I knit the size 5, which is only about 3.75 inches of positive ease, which made me nervous.
Okay.
But when I tried on, it looks nice.
Good.
Do you know why? Because it's only 3 inches of positive ease at your bust.
Right.
The rest of you
Right.
is not the same. Well,
Correct.
on me, the rest of me is not the same as my bust. So
Correct.
I always think, oh, it's going to be so tight. It's going to be so tight. It's only
On your largest
here.
part. Yeah.
Right. It looks fine. So it's just constant learning over
Yeah.
here at Table 10.
It is.
We just keep learning them lessons over and over and over again, you guys. So this is the whip number 1.
Gorgeous.
Hopefully an FO next week.
Hey, did you tell them what that yarn's made out of?
Bear Paw DK. Where's all my little bands that I brought to talk about? I don't know what it's made out of. Superwash, merino, silk, and yak in like a 60-20-20.
Yes.
Am I right?
I don't know. That feels right. I'm seeing if I have a...
I have to talk
Loose
about
one
this
for
piece
you.
of paper.
Talk about that piece of paper.
Speaking of learning, you're going to get a kick out of this. Okay.
Do I know this?
No.
Fun.
I have this piece of equipment. Renee talked me into buying it.
Yeah.
And I've talked a lot of smack about it because I don't think it's correct. So this is a yardage counter. And when I first got it, I put the yarn through here around the bottom and out the side. And it counted backwards.
Obviously.
And Renee was like, that's wrong. You put it on top. And then it counts forwards. That's correct. And then I was like, but it's wrong. It doesn't do a good job. It's broken. That's not right either.
What were you doing?
That's not how you do it.
Oh.
Neither one of us read the directions. Thread yarn through yarn guide along the top of the wheel, wrap it around the wheel once, and back out the other side.
Oh, I could see how that's useful.
Right, because it causes more tension.
Yeah.
And then you probably get an accurate reading.
Cool.
So,
Did you do it?
well, I haven't.
Show them that instructions. That we couldn't be bothered with the pictures, either of us, to read those.
I almost threw this away. I didn't even know this existed.
Oh, I'm glad we're having this conversation.
I grabbed the toy and played with the toy.
Right.
I did not unpack it at all. And
It's so funny. I wonder if I have that piece of paper. I am a paper saver, so probably, but I didn't look at it.
Right. So neither of us were using this piece of equipment correctly. And it probably does work perfectly well.
Cool.
I haven't had to use it since I discovered this piece of paper that I almost threw away. So there you go. That's your lesson for today. We were not using this correctly. This came from Etsy.
That's funny.
It's Stanwood Imports. I'll drop a link if anyone's in the market for a yardage counter. It's actually a meter counter. You have to
Yardage meter.
but it doesn't measure in yards. It measures in meters.
And then you have to flip it
And
over.
then you have to convert it.
Yeah.
Use the Google.
Yeah. But it is nice if you have yarn from like a leftover project and you're trying to figure out if you have enough for the next project, you can run it through that thing.
Yes.
To help get a more accurate. Or if you're hand making yarn, when you cake up your yarn, you can see how much length you have.
Yeah. All right. What do you have to show us?
What's my one whip?
Your Friday tea.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think I'm tired. Well, you were talking about knitting on Saturday. I couldn't even knit on Saturday. I was so tired. I got home and I was like, no.
I had to do something else, fall asleep.
And I think that yeah, my kids need a little more work than that still.
My kids weren't home. My husband had taken them to the skate park. It was just me and the dogs.
Couldn't knit. And even yesterday, I was still so tired that I wasn't knitting. So that's 2 days of knitting, and Friday I barely knit. But why was I telling you all of this?
know.
Oh, yesterday for us was clean out you guys, where we live, winter, the outside of our house, except for decorations, gets ignored. We do snow removal and like holiday decorations. Other than that, it's...
Oh, yeah. No one wants to be out there. It's gross.
No, fend for yourself. So then the snow goes away and then you start having some nice days and everything starts growing. And all of a sudden I'm like, wow. We have like hydrangeas in the front of our house that need to be pruned. I have a weeping cherry tree that needs to be pruned. The things like the peonies are starting to come through.
Yeah.
But I had to get the dead peonies from last year, cut off those cages, stuff like that.
Yeah.
The garden needs to be completely like just loved
Yeah.
before we can plant in it in like a month from now. So we did a ton of work outside yesterday,
Oh, nice.
which did not help my tired state.
Well,
It felt good to work outside, but that was all weekend I was outside
that's
working.
a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. We're in the middle of hockey tryouts. We did nothing outside.
I laid in bed last night and I was like, I can't even knit. I'm gonna lay here and relax and then I'm gonna go to bed. Okay, so my Friday tea. What bag is she in? Wouldn't it be funny if I forgot it? Okay. 29 Bridges Studio Yarn. I have their non-superwash sock. Is that right? 100% merino, fingering weight. I have it in the colorway bourbon and linen.
It's pretty.
And I have this much done.
Oh, you have a lot done.
I don't know.
Compared to last time we saw it.
Compared to last time, I don't think I had a row in the front, like a contrasting color row. I gotta tell you guys, I love the way that this feels. I love the color. I love the garment that I'm making. It is slow going. I'm still increasing for both so it's raglan construction, top down. So you knit I did it on a US 2. You knit the collar. You do a little bit of double knitting in the middle of it. Knit the other side of the collar, and then you knit the live and cast on edge together. I said last week, but if I knit this again, I would definitely do a provisional cast on, because picking up that many stitches was not the most fun I've ever had. It took longer than I think it could have taken had it been provisionally cast on. And then you go into your main fabric needle, and you start your raglan increases. So these have a thicker raglan, which I think is cool. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, there and here. So I'm still increasing for the arm and the front and back. Eventually, I'll get to a stitch count where I only increase for the front and the back. You stop increasing the arms. But every round that's an increase round, I'm adding 8 stitches. So this is getting slower and slower and slower to get through the rounds.
Wow.
So I've pretty much accepted the fact that this is not going to be done by May 1st. I'm okay with that. I don't know why. I've just made peace with it and stopped stressing about it.
That might help it get done quicker.
The other thing is that, remember when I was trying to count my gauge last week? And I was like, why am I so far off? That's because I set up a US 3 to knit on, and then it fell off the bed, so I just kept knitting on a US 2. So what I held up here last week was on a US 2. I know.
Wait a minute.
I know.
And then it fell off the bed.
The
And
US 3
so I
fell
just
off the
kept
bed.
going.
I didn't
Reach over.
No, because it was gone out of sight, out of mind. I picked up the stitches, but I already had my main body needle. Here it is. So then, because...
This is giving real don't put it down, put it away energy. Pick that thing up immediately.
Do you remember her? No, I didn't notice that it fell off.
Oh, you didn't know? Okay.
So here's how the instructions went. Wow. Hot flash.
Oh.
Here's how the instructions went. It said, take a spare needle. So I was like, great. I'm just going to take a US 3 and pop the US 2, those live stitches, onto the needle that I'm going to eventually use. And then I thought, I don't want to pick up all of these onto a separate needle. I'm just going to pick them up one by one and knit them together. So when I changed that decision, I put the US 3 down. I was doing this in bed. And as I was working, they must have just blooped right off the bed. So then I had them all picked up, and in my brain, I had already set up a US 3. So then I kept knitting.
How far?
As far as you saw it on the podcast.
Last week.
Yeah.
Oh.
Those few rounds.
Okay,
and
that's
then
not that bad.
Went home, saw a needle, and thought, that's weird. What's that doing there? And then I picked it up and that's the needle I should be knitting on. I'm knitting on too small of a needle.
No.
So, but it wasn't enough that I felt like I needed to go back.
Yeah.
But remember when we were trying to count the gauge and I was like, that feels really off.
It'll block out. You kept saying, yeah, with blocking.
Okay. So with that, I still do, bumping up to the 3 has got me much closer to gauge, but I'm still going to have to stretch it a little bit. And I'm okay with that because this feels, if you're up close on it, it feels like it's going to be warm if it stays that close. I would like it to open up a little bit.
Yes.
And I'll solve for that in blocking because this is basically a ribbed shirt.
Right.
Yeah, I'm knitting a size 2. I'm at the point where I'm thinking,
You're over it.
no, is 2 going to be big enough? So I'm like, should I just, if I'm already under gauge, should I just knit a 3?
Here come the Renee mods. That's the part of every
I do it all the
sweater.
time. I know. Do I bump up? I don't know. I did measure my row gauge. I'm 2 rows off. So I think when I get to the point, does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think it's 24 rows and I'm at 22. No,
26?
it's 22 and I'm at 24, something like that.
Okay.
So when I get to the part where she says to stop increasing for the
sleeves.
arms, I'll make a decision
Okay.
then.
That's fair. That's a
And
good
then I'll
idea.
probably make another decision when I stop increasing altogether.
Okay.
Let me show you will you pull up the pattern page? What else can I say about this? So it's really, really comfortable, and it's 100% non-superwash merino. Really happy with the yarn choices, and I'm going to like the finished project. It's just not a DK weight garment, you know?
Right. Are you hungry?
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
And hers is open.
Right.
Like, her ribbing is open.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Where's yours?
So I have 2 more.
Oh, let's see them.
Okay. They're both in this bag.
Okay.
First one that I have for you. Look at this.
Pleasant drink coffee.
Okay, do that. You
I'm
do that.
so hot. Are you hot?
No. And I'm wearing alpaca. All right, here's the first one that I have.
Oh, yeah.
Farmer's Daughter Fibers Sock Squad. What month are we? April. Morning Honey is the colorway. This is a buddy knit. We're knitting this cuff design, which is from Summer Lee's Cuff Club Volume 1, with Renee, me, Trisha from Yarn Jam, and then a few of you have mentioned that you're also knitting it, which is awesome.
Yes.
I talked about this last week. I'm not pleased with my color work, so I'm not going to put it up there for you guys to see how junk it looks. Looks junky.
No, now they're going to want to see it.
Looks
I
terrible.
want to see it. She just thinks that it looks open.
It does. It looks sloppy like noodles.
Okay, I could kind of see that. Sorry about the belly, guys. Hey,
Because-
wait, hold on. Tell them what sock it's on.
It's on Highwood Sock, which is the 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards, and then the mini was a darker mustardy or yellow. I chose not to use that this month. So she has you go up to a size 2 for this color work, and I don't like that. So, but I had already committed to it, and I was not going to rip this out. So this is sock 2. This is sock 1. It does not have a heel,
Okay.
but it was quick.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to rip this out, but then I wanted them to match. And honestly, if this were not on a size 2, it wouldn't go over my heel.
Oh, really?
So like
okay.
a 1.5, I would have literally been an art project. 'Cause this is tight.
Right.
And I have marked, since I didn't do them 2 at a time, I marked the last row that I knit before I started toe decreases, because with the rounded toe, since you're knitting 4 rounds and then decreasing, it's hard to tell where that first decrease happens.
Yeah.
You don't get this like seam until closer to the tip of the toe. So I just put a stitch marker there so that I can try to get these 2 to be as close to the same as possible. But this should be like this. Like you'll have about this much
Okay.
when I cut in the heel. I like to do the heels at the same time. So, because if you cut in the heel on this one, it's harder to match them up when you're knitting, because the heel makes the sock bend. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't lay nice and flat. Like this lays so nice and flat, and I can just keep going like this. Nope, keep knitting.
Yeah.
Nope, keep knitting.
Yeah.
I know that for my foot, the toe is about 1.5 inches.
Same.
And I cut in at 7.5
From the toe?
from the toe, which means that I needed to knit
6 inches.
6, but I wanted a 3-inch cuff, so I needed to knit 9 inches.
After the ribbing.
No, including the ribbing.
Okay.
9 inches from the top, and then put on a toe.
Okay.
So do you follow this backwards math that I'm doing?
I did.
So then when I measure up, I've got the 1.5 inches for the toe, and then the 6 inches
cut in for a heel.
And then I'll have 3 inches. And the way that I decided 3 inches was I put on one of those Hanes quarter socks.
Yeah.
And I literally measured how far up my foot it went.
Okay.
Then it was 3 inches.
Okay.
Not the cuff, because like their socks are constructed different than I measured from
How much skin it covered after the heel.
Correct.
Okay.
So, real scientific work over here.
Hey, you did. Sometimes I'm just like,
I really thought
there
it
looks
out.
good.
Because in my mind, this is a cute little ankle sock that
Yes.
I'm wearing with a dress.
Yes.
And like Birks or
Agreed.
something cute.
Agree. Totally agree.
Like this is the star of the
That's
show.
the moment.
And
You can't have it too far up your leg.
Right.
I agree.
It needs to be seen. I toyed with the idea of putting this pattern down here by the toe. And if I thought this looked better, I would have. Like on the inverse so that, but this wouldn't pass quality control.
Okay.
All right, so that's where I am. Chugging along.
Okay.
What?
I've yet to cast those on.
Well,
But I do think I decided, just because it's easier, I'm just going to make a sister sock
yay!
of yours.
Yay!
They're adorable.
Yes.
I don't have to fuss with other colors. And I'm feeling a little tired. Like I'm playing catch up from what life. And that's just one day that'll be so easy to just cast that on and
no
go.
decisions need to be made.
Correct. And like once I decided that, my brain went like this.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
It's like when someone says, "You know what I want? I want to eat chicken salad for dinner tonight." And you're like, "Thank you."
Right.
Chicken going
Just
in the
tell
oven,
me.
salad getting cut up.
Right.
Great.
Hey, guys, great news. Great news. I was laying in bed and I went, after we talked about lost jewelry, I went through all of my bags again. And I'm like, gosh, they're not in there. These are the ones that I definitely would have put them in. And I definitely have a spot
Are we
where all
talking
of my
about the
jewelry
necklaces?
goes. The necklaces and the
wedding ring?
Right. Oh. I thought about this, but I wasn't at home to look in this spot. But then last night I was like, oh, I forgot. I need to look in that spot. It's a spot that's not obvious until it is.
The safe place.
Not the safe place, though.
Well, it was very safe.
Purposeful place.
Right.
In my primary bathroom, I don't like, if I can help it, I don't like to have the things that need to plug in living on
The counter.
the open space. So we had when we moved into this house, we had Uncle George come put outlets in some of our closets because I prefer, my husband has a razor that, like an electric razor. We have the electric toothbrushes. I also have
the jewelry cleaner.
I popped out of bed last night. Look what I found. I found my wedding band.
Thank God.
I did.
Thank
I
goodness.
was so excited. I was like, thank you.
That's so
to the
smart.
universe. So it all worked out, but I must have gotten it out of that bag and was like, oh yeah, it's
But not the
dirty.
necklaces.
I need to put that dirty thing in there, and then just forgot all about it. And then just when I remembered it, went back to look in the bags. I didn't remember finding it and putting it away.
I don't enjoy this scrubbly part.
All right, don't do the scrubbly.
So we're going to grab a new.
Hey, but I didn't find the necklaces. And the most obvious places that I should look for them is, I think, the drain catch in the closest sink there. But I don't really want to find them that bad. I'm not opening those up. They're always slimy and they
gross.
smell funny.
I would wait and see if they cause a clog.
Well, I already replaced
Right,
them.
right.
Who
We don't need
cares? Yeah, no, I'm good. But I did find my wedding band, and that is that really, I was so
Good.
happy.
Yeah.
I was so happy. Somebody said, hey, talk to St. Anthony.
That reminded me of Grandma.
Me too. And because when we would lose stuff, she and one of our aunts would always say,
They even had a card they gave me once with it on it.
he's
'cause I
the
used to
finder of lost things.
lose a lot of stuff.
So maybe Grandma helped. And there was somebody who commented to remind me about that saint of finder of lost things. So I'm relieved.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. If you were going to find anything, I'm glad it was that.
Same.
Right.
Same. I want that. But then next, even before my Hey Harper necklaces, I want grandma's jewelry.
That's
Really.
gonna be a
It's
little
out in
more
the
difficult
world somewhere.
I know.
It's like it didn't just poof disappear. It's somewhere.
Yeah.
I would love to have that back. But thank you guys for everyone who helped like nudge that part of my brain along. So you guys get some of the
credit.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, I was so happy when I found that. Really, really, really relieved. So much to the point where I normally don't wear my wedding. Okay, hold on. Let me get close.
This bucket's almost full.
I have 2 wedding bands and 1 engagement ring. So can you see that? The non-jeweled one, then my engagement ring, and then my jeweled wedding band. I always wear my non-jeweled wedding band. Always. But earlier in my days of being an engaged and married lady, I've cracked this band before because it's so thin that I don't normally, and then babies came along and I didn't want to scratch a newborn with the prongs.
Yeah.
So I got out of the habit of wearing my engagement and the like jeweled wedding band, but I put them on specifically today because I just was so happy to have found them.
Yeah.
Okay, tangent.
Okay, one more whip. The whip that's secret for no reason other than just keeping your attention.
My attention?
Yeah. Isn't it fun to have a little surprise to look forward to?
Rachel and I do find that our reactions on camera are better. Sometimes we're like, oh yeah, we already talked about it and
news.
obsessed about it.
Right.
So we keep them secret, not because we're like, ha ha ha, but just because it makes this experience better.
Yeah. Okay, so yesterday
Wait, let me do one before you do it.
Oh, what you got?
I only have my Sabai. I have not touched it one bit, but I think it'll be nice. I think we're going to have finished.
You haven't finished your Sabai?
No. Remember you said how many finishes? And I said 1.
I thought maybe we finished it a week ago.
Last week, we made a decision. I put it on last week.
So you have more whips.
Yeah, but it's not really a whip because I haven't touched it. This has been like she got pushed to the side.
Oh, good. Oh, we could wear black tank tops next week.
Right. We'll be black on black. Same thing as Rachel. Bear Paw in the colorway Legend. It's
DK. Bear Paw DK from the Farmer's Daughter Fibers.
Thank you. This is the Sabai, a pattern by Suzanne Mueller. I chose the one with the ribbing at the top. The ribbing pattern continues down the side. Can you see that?
Oof. That yarn that is a true black. That is dark.
It's really hard to see. And then there will be ribbing at the bottom. But somebody commented last week and said, hey, I think you should fix the arms before you decide on your final length.
Oh.
And I think they're right. Because
smart.
they said when they were watching it, it was changing.
It was pulling up.
Yeah.
That's smart.
So I was like, that does make sense. And that gives me a reason to just ignore that for a week. So
I think we need a new bucket.
cool. Here, I'll just empty it into our bag.
No, that's
The other bag.
It's in the cedar chest.
I'll get it.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead. You can start
Go ahead.
talking.
What? What am I going to
About
say?
yours.
Is that all you're going to say?
Yeah, that's all I have to say. Size 2. I'll try to finish it for you guys by next week.
All right.
Here's all your ball bands.
Oh, there they are. Okay. Bear Paw DK. This is how I know the information for you guys.
Ow.
You all right?
I'm making sure these aren't the bats. Yeah.
Okay. So look at this, you guys. Wait. Not sponsored by Home Depot still, but look.
Yeah.
This was such a good idea.
such a good idea. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, that's not even close to all of it. Okay, hold on.
This was
Oh,
a
I can
great
smell the
idea.
cedar.
Okay. Great idea.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. We're really making some progress now.
Yeah.
Still won't have it done by Maryland.
Now we're cooking.
Okay. Yesterday, I did
Picture it.
I did the color work on that sock, and I was not pleased because I'm not happy with the color work, but I got to make a match. So I did the color work, got it put back on size 1 needles, knit enough to like get it established.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, this part of the sock makes me a little bit frustrated, so I'm done. Like did what I needed to do. It's set up to just knit now, but like that is enough of that.
It's enough of that.
And so then I looked at Tulsa and I was like, you, not over it yet. Don't want to do it. I thought this is a good time to cast something new on. I'll get that ooh.
Right.
And by the time that ooh wears off, I'll go finish the Tulsa and I'll get another ooh.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And in the meantime, I have the sock when I need to just knit stockinette. Like this felt like a good day to choose. So I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? And I thought about knitting. I bought a sweater's quantity of Foxy Lady. Mm-hmm. Will you grab it? It's right over there.
It's so pretty.
I bought a sweater quantity of Foxy Lady because I thought about re-knitting T number 1 because it's a
So pretty, Rachel.
yeah, this is a single ply from the Farmer's Daughter, and it is 70% superwash merino and 30% silk. And
Candace has said before that is the answer to if you want Bear Paw, the Bear Paw DK, but you want it for even warmer weather, this is it.
yeah, and I thought it would be drapier than I did we did our T number 1s last year in Confluence Cotton, and that made a very structured garment. Like the sleeves have no real drape. Like they're
Right, yeah.
And so I thought, I think I would like a drapier one. This is, the colorway is I've Got Dreams to Remember. I bought 4. And I thought about doing T number 1. And then, you know, the saddle shoulder in me, I'm not certain that I'm friends with the saddle shoulder. I'm not certain that
I think it looks great on you. Rachel worries that she looks like a football player in the shoulder pads.
Correct. That is correct. So then I thought, well, maybe I'll knit. Let me tell you what the other thing that I was looking for. It's so similar. It's just drop shoulder, really, instead of saddle shoulder. And it is called Super Basic Tee. I mean, it's so similar. I was like, I could knit that. And both of those looked like I didn't want to take on that much stockinette.
Okay.
I was like, that it actually doesn't sound
Fun.
like what I want to be doing. It's just two oversized miles and miles and miles of
What's the
fingering
gauge on
weight
that one? Right.
stockinette.
Right.
The gauge is
28?
30 stitches.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a lot of knitting.
That's a lot. So I was like, I do want that, but I don't think this is the week that we do that. So then I was like, you know what I'll do? I'll knock out a bingo square and I'll knit a cardigan.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. After we were in Rhinebeck, we showed up so late to a woolen affair. So late that they didn't even ask us for our tickets. They were like,
Just go.
you missed it, but go ahead.
Yes, we had like 30 minutes to
Barely.
sprint around and say hello to our friends.
We were in the Explorer Knits and Fibers booth, and I was literally checking every skein of yarn. Like, Renee was talking, and I was trying to, like, also talk, but I was like, this is me on the wall. She had, like, grid walls. I was like, no.
Why didn't you just ask her?
Well, because you guys were talking.
Oh.
And then finally I was like, do you not have a single skein of Upstate? Is there no Upstate left in this booth? And Allie was like, there's not. I'm sorry. And then
Allie's the owner and of Explore Knits Fibers.
right. And then the other person working in the booth was Meredith. Am I right?
I can't remember that.
I think so. I'm sorry.
They were both so nice and so
They were
fun.
so nice. But then the other person working in the booth was like, people kept thinking that it was like a special show color. I don't know why they thought that. And Allie was like, oh, I was telling them that. I think it's hilarious.
They were so fun.
They were
that
so
conversation
funny.
was so fun.
And I was like, man, I really wanted it. And she said, if
Okay,
you
wait.
send me an email, I can dye it for you.
Can I tell you a funny story about that?
Yes.
Rachel was like, I want to go to Explore and I want to look at this yarn. And I was like, okay. I wasn't like mentally into buying yarn because we only had 30 minutes, but I was like, I want to go and say hi. So I walked up to Allie and her coworker and I was like, hello, my name's Renee. And she was like, oh, good, long, but good. And I was like, she didn't hear what I said.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, good, I'm glad you had a good day. And we just moved on. And then like 3 minutes later, she goes, I'm so sorry. Did you say your name was Renee? not how was your day? And I was like, yeah. She's like, and you let me just answer you in such a, like, respond to you in such a bizarre way. I was like, honey, it's okay. We've worked in hospitality. I know what it's like to be at the end of a day where you've been talking to people. So we got a good chuckle out of that.
That was funny.
And then we bumped into her the next day in Rhinebeck, and I was like, hi, my name's Renee. And she's like, oh, good. We're having a good day.
That was funny. Okay, so I thought maybe, and I did send her an email, and they did dye me a sweater quantity of Upstate. So I thought, oh, maybe I'll make that Upstate cardigan, because that would be nice.
Can you show it to us? Because I don't know what you mean by that Upstate cardigan.
Well, I want to knit a cardigan in the Upstate that she dyed me.
Oh, like no specific pattern,
No.
just a cardigan knit out
Correct.
of Upstate.
Correct. Okay, so then I came up here. Now, the other thing that happened was I had fabric delivered. With that blue yarn, I had fabric delivered. And I picked up the fabric and I was like, Upstate will not match this fabric. Upstate is very much a fall. Like, I understand why she was telling people it was like the show color, because it is
the vibe of
like the color of Upstate New York in the fall.
the trees.
It's like greens and browns and a little bit of color here and there. So I was like, okay, we'll knit that closer to the time when we're going Upstate. Inside this basket, this is my physical cue. I've got 3 of these baskets, and I put the yarn that is on my radar to be knit, so then it's like in my line of sight so I don't get distracted. In here were 2 skeins of yarn, and they matched the fabric beautifully. And I was like, that's what I want to knit. So the color is called Gumwall. This is Gumwall.
Okay.
This is by Explorer Knits and Fibers. So I was thinking of her, I guess. This is the linen sock, which is a 90% superwash. No, I'm sorry. What's little? 80% superwash merino. No, that's not right either.
Do you need help?
Look how little it is. 80% non-superwash merino, 20% linen.
Got it.
Gumwall is the color. It does look like bubble gum.
Yeah.
And I think that this color just sitting somewhere is beautiful. I do worry that this color put on my body is going to make me look like raw chicken breast. You see?
I can see
it?
that.
Do you see it?
I can see that.
Okay,
Yes.
but I do have this whole arm that's tattooed.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so that helps.
Contrast.
And against my hair there is contrast. So
Right.
I've gone for. I really want to knit this yarn also because I bought these 2 skeins as this base was very intriguing to me.
Okay.
Because I like a non-superwash, and it's got enough linen to maybe be summer, but it's got a lot of wool to maybe be pleasant to
Knit with. Still have some bounce.
So I want to test it out because it's a hand-dyed yarn company. And so if you want to do this, it's usually a pre-order situation. Like if you want to knit with linen sock, it's not often that you can just like procure it immediately.
Right.
So I want to know if I like it so that later if she has a pre-order in a color that I like, I'll pre-order it and then probably have it for next year. Do you know what I mean? It's like
yes.
a research mission.
Right.
Mission. But when I went to buy it, she only had 2 skeins. What can you make with 2 skeins when you're a size 5? Not a lot, but some things. So what I decided to make was, stand by, I'm going to show it to you. The Summer Session Tank by Samantha Guerin.
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty?
That's a good one.
And a lot of the sizes can use 2 skeins.
Cool.
Okay, that's where we started.
Wait, is that fingering weight?
It is fingering
Okay.
weight. It's fingering weight. It's very interesting. 22 stitches on a size 5.
Okay. So pretty open.
Now, the Prospect Tee was 24 stitches on a size 4. And that was open to me.
Yeah.
I was surprised at how open that was.
Yeah.
So I did gauge swatch.
Okay.
And I knit on a size 5, and then I measured it, and it was 24 stitches. And I was like, I don't understand how that's possible. How did I get 24 stitches when I knit almost the exact same weight of yarn on a size 4 and on a size 5. That doesn't make sense.
But it's different yarn.
I was like, they must be wrong. Must be wrong. To be clear, the way that I usually knit a gauge swatch, unless it's for a test knit, then I actually do it the right way, is I just knit and I never take it off my needles and I never bind it off and I never block it. I just knit and then I measure and then I rip it out and start knitting the sweater.
Okay.
So I thought, maybe because it's still on the cable, it's getting scrunched up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But also, I don't want this fabric any more open than it is.
Okay.
So then I was like, well, let's do some knitter math. And that took me a long time to wrap my head around knitter math. I understand the concept, but I've never actually had to do it.
Right.
And knitter math said that if you're to me, do your own because you don't want to trust me. But my knitter math said, if you're trying to get a size 5, but you're at 24 stitches and not 22, you should knit a size 6. But then I was like, I still think the gauge is wrong. The gauge swatch. I think it's probably going to be fine. So I cast on the size 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Where do you cast on at? Is it bottom up or top
neck.
down?
You
Okay.
cast on at the back neck. And, you do the neck shaping. And I'm right at armhole length now.
But is there a point if you decide that that was the wrong decision that you could just add stitches and go up to a 6?
That's a good question because we're going to find out.
Okay.
I think. So, also, but look at this pattern. Like, really look at it. Without the ribbing, you're not knitting a huge garment.
Correct.
Do you see what I mean? Like, if you take the ribbing off, that's not, you should not have a lot of fabric. But it is messing with me.
That's a little
bit.
misleading. Like,
When I'm knitting it, I'm like, this looks like I'm making
small.
it for Renee.
Right. I could see how that.
But it is not, it's just not a huge garment. It's not meant to have a lot of positive ease. I was talking to Mom yesterday and I was like, this one might be for you. She was like, don't even say that. You lie to me every time.
Aww.
Okay, so here's what I've done. Here, see, look how little this looks. Imagine this is the back of me.
Yeah.
This does kind of look tank toppy, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you still need ribbing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you cast on up here, and then you do this, you make the shaping, and then you knit straight, and now we're going to start
Increasing for the arm.
Yes. Okay, so this is what I've decided to do. I'm knitting the back as a size 5.
Okay.
I've looked ahead to the pattern. When you pick up for the fronts, the numbers between the 5 and the 6 are identical for a long time. I'm going to knit those 2 at a time. Because also, I have 2 skeins of yarn. Mm-hmm. And I feel like hand-dyed yarn should be mixed up a little bit.
Okay.
So by the time I get to connect, both skeins of yarn are going to be connected. Mm-hmm. And I can just start going back and forth with them.
But one side will be one color and the other side will be the other color.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about that. But if I need to fuss around with that V-neck and make it the front, I'm thinking I might make the front a size 6 because the boobs are in the front anyhow.
Okay.
So I'll have a size 5.5.
Okay.
But if I need to fuss around in that V-neck, I can do it at the same time.
Okay.
Therefore, still have a symmetrical garment.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. So I
2
think
at a time.
2 at a
smart
time.
then if you're gonna
front.
Yeah.
In case I start fussing.
Right.
I also did not measure row gauge, so I could literally need to fuss around with it.
Okay.
And it's a lace pattern. So there's no way I'll remember. I could live stream it to myself and I won't be able to figure out what I've done one side to the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you always think you'll remember, then there's just no chance I'll remember. So once we get to the back, I'm going to pick up both sides, knit them 2 at a time. And maybe there's going to be some trying on involved. Maybe do the front as a 6 and the back as a 5. Because once you connect in the round, you just go and then you bind off.
Yeah.
So it doesn't actually matter how many stitches because the only pattern is right in the front.
Right.
This can be as many stitches as it
That's
needs
right.
to be. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
That's what I think I'm going to do.
How cool is making your own clothes? It's so cool.
It is cool, but it's just a little stressful too.
Yeah, I could see that.
But here, feel this. Like, you wouldn't want it more open than that.
I don't think so.
You would see my bra.
Yeah.
It's pretty open.
Yeah, I like that.
It's also like I think I could easily block this to 22 also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, am I going to look like chicken?
I don't know. Well, it's going to be a V-neck too. So like,
it's not the best color on me.
I don't know. But if it makes you feel like chicken, throw on a scarf. Throw on a cowl. Throw on a cardigan. Make it a layering piece. Make it a layering piece.
I could. Whatever. We'll see.
Yeah.
Mom is different coloring than me also. I think Mom's closer to your coloring. She has the same green eyes as you.
Yeah, but she has less warmth in her skin. I think I get the warm in my skin from Dad.
How's this look up here? Looks better. I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll see. Will she look like a raw chicken breast?
Hey, I've knit things like that Sabai top in a bone color, and it doesn't give chicken breast because there's no pink in it, but it's probably not the best color on me, but I still love it for like a nice neutral moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was one day though.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. Look how little it is.
I know. I could see how you'd be like, oh, I don't know. But you're right. The ribbing does add significant
With
Yeah.
Yes. So those are the whips that I have this week.
Okay. What else do we usually cover?
Well, we did something else fun this week. Do you want to tell them what we did on Friday?
We took a trip up to our local fabric store. It's called Firecracker Fabrics. They are a mostly apparel fabric store, but they do have some quilting cotton. And they have, all the notions and stuff. I went there more often when I lived in the city. I don't know that I've been there since I moved from the city. So Rachel said, hey, do you and your daughter want to have a little adventure and go to Firecracker Fabrics? I said, let me pick her up from school and see how she's feeling. My kids are getting to the age where they have opinions about that stuff. When they're so little,
they
pop
just
them in
go.
a car and you go. But she was like, I do want to go. So we went and had a little fabric store adventure.
Yes.
That was fun.
It was fun. It's a nice space. They moved just kind of across the street. It's very nice.
The employee there, her name was Virginia. She was so nice and so helpful.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah. Do you want to show them what you got with your Foxy Lady?
Oh, yeah. It's not ironed. I washed it.
That's okay. It's pretty. I have a bunch of pretty fabrics staring at me from behind this camera setup.
She's on a tear. Hold on.
Hey, while Rachel does that, I'm going to remind everybody that we are hosting the Springcentrick Make-Along. It goes until May 1st. We have seen the things that you guys are all making and completing, and you guys are doing such a great job. We are hosting it in our Ravelry group, Table 10 Knitting Podcast regulars, and we are inviting you to make warm weather stuff with us. Tees, tanks, accessories, cardigans, whatever. So just join us, knit along, crochet along, sew along, weave along, have fun. Submit it in the Ravelry group, and we're going to all wear them on May 1st, wherever we are in the world. Rachel and I will be at Springcentrick. We will be at Yarncentrick in Frederick, Maryland. It's at the Arc on Market Street.
Yeah, it sounds right.
And we'll be there from 9 to 1 doing a little meet and greet. And after that, we will be shopping the marketplace. And our friend Tashi and Charm City Unicorns will be having their own meetups. So we will be popping into those. I think they're at 1 and 1:30.
Tashi's going to do a spinning demo.
Yes. So, yeah. We'll be there to hang out and chat and meet everyone from 9 to 1, and then other than that, we'll be participating.
Yeah. Okay, so Farmer's Daughter Fabrics. Oh, why can't I talk? This is so obnoxious. It's so obnoxious when you go to move your mouth and the wrong sound comes out. Farmer's
Guys, listen.
Daughter Fibers is having a make-along. It's a sew and knit, like a coordinating
Outfit.
2 coordinating pieces. It doesn't have to be an outfit. It could be like a neck thing and a shirt, or, it could be whatever. But sew and knit, you do both. So, Candace, the farmer's daughter, sells fabric. I don't know if you guys all know that, but they do. They sell fabric. You can buy it by the quarter yard on their website. Real nice fabric. So I bought this fabric.
It's so pretty.
Thank you. This is a Fableism. I think this is called Rainbow Stripe, if I remember correctly. It's almost like a pale yellow background. And then it's got the pinstripes of like rainbow colors. So, and I bought, when I bought this yarn, I thought that would probably be pretty. But to be honest, most things I knit are going to match this.
Right.
But also, hold on. But also, see?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm going to make Sydney Graham's Sandra skirt out of this.
Do you want me to pull that up for them?
Do you know how to do that?
Yeah.
It's not in Ravelry.
Correct.
It's not, I don't think that it's the easiest skirt that you can make. I'm not sure that most people who've never made a skirt would choose this one, but I like how it looks. Oh, it's so cute.
There it is.
Isn't it cute?
It's adorable. Are you going to mix your fabric up like she did?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to do the option with no godettes, but I am going to line it because this is just cotton and it's not super see-through,
not.
but I think it would benefit from a lining.
Okay.
I got a real light cotton lawn. Just going to put a lining in there and then I don't ever have to worry about
Underwear.
yes.
Yeah. Just throw on whatever color underwear you want to wear.
That's right.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
won't that be
Let
pretty?
me feel that. What weight is this? Do you know?
It's cotton.
Okay.
I could probably tell you.
It's really, really, really
It's
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. Fableism isn't quite quilting cotton. Like it doesn't feel like quilting
stiff.
cotton.
No, it's correct.
Okay, where would I find that? Where would you
I feel like quilting cotton has always like woven so tightly.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not. That's just how my brain processes it.
I'll tell you exactly what this. Okay, also, if for some reason you want this fabric, when you go to the website, there's no picture of it. I don't know if maybe they didn't have a chance yet to upload a picture, but like no, there is a picture now, I think.
Good.
Okay, so even easier. This is Skinny Stripe in Rainbow, Fableism Lucky Loom. No, I think that might be the pink one.
Yeah, it looks pink.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so this is here. Fableism Lucky Loom. That's a pink background. That's Skinny Stripe in Shell.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's also pretty.
If you go down to where you like actually choose and you choose Skinny Stripe and Rainbow, you're not going to get a picture. But that's the fabric.
well, there,
that I
that's
ordered.
helpful.
Yes, and this is a 100% cotton, 44/45 inches wide, 5.46 ounce.
Like a mid-weight.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and I threw that in the dryer. Like I washed and dried it.
Wait a minute. Mid-weight fabrics. Let me make sure I'm saying that correctly. Is from 1 ounce to 1 ounce. Oh, get out of here. 4.5 to 7 ounce. What
Yeah,
was this? 5 and a bit?
5.6.
Yeah. Rachel, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Gorgeous. Love it. Oh, you have the shell one too.
Well, just in a half a yard.
Okay. Okay, guys, we probably should have talked about this in the beginning. However, this is your last week. Let's get close while we talk about this so that I can
Yeah.
split screen us. This is the last week, the last days. I think this episode goes up on the 16th. Is that correct?
That was supposed to be the last day of the raffle, but I mixed up my numbers.
So you guys are seeing this on the 16th if you watch it on the day that it airs. We are wrapping up our fundraiser for Ross Farm and Boss Mare Shearing. We'll have all of the information below. There are
3 prizes.
3 things to donate towards. One is the blue prize. I'll put the pictures up on the screen for you. The blue prize is the more cooler weather oriented package. Fair? Because it has
Yes,
like
it has,
wool
and it
and
has
a
a sweatshirt.
The next is the purple prize. You talk about that one.
The purple prize has what I would consider 2 sweater quantities of summer, like yarns. You know, the
Merino cotton and
what do you call that? The fibers are, yes.
more warm weather.
Yes. The
oriented.
fiber content is more for a summer weight. It's the Knitting for Olive Cotton Merino and the Ritual Dyes Undine. Mm-hmm. And then pretty much comparable things to the blue prize, except there's a t-shirt instead of a sweatshirt. They both come with bags. They both come with cocoa knits, maker's boards. There's Noro in both of them.
There's a little Delicu Notions.
There's that Delicu Notions thing is so cute.
Yeah.
It's like magnetic inside, so all your stitch markers and things would just stick. They
Yep.
won't come toppling out. So yeah. And then we have a black prize, which has a redesigned bag and fiber and yarn and just, I mean, incredible. So
We want to say thank you to the sponsors who donated either money or the items, and that is Moon and Yarn Craft Room, it is Sugar River Yarns, it is Stacy Rivera of River Rat Arts, and also a friend of the channel who donated some money to make some of the prizes possible, who prefers to remain anonymous, but you know who you are, and we thank each and every one of them.
Very
really.
much.
Would
Very,
not
very
have been
much.
possible without them.
nope.
Rachel and I are just doing we are doing the administrative work of it, which is something we had never done before. So it was
a learning curve.
and it was more,
It's still, honestly, it's still curving.
yeah. Yeah, but we are so happy that to each and every one of you that donated through this fundraiser, it means the world to us. We are so excited.
Oh, and if you guys follow, if you don't, you should, but they got some new sheep on the farm. Mm-hmm. They had a lamb born on the farm.
Yeah, the first lamb born after the fire.
Amazing. So happy things are looking up, and we're very excited to just be a small part of that.
Supporting them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the help of you guys. So thank you. If you haven't already, or if you'd like to donate again, you have until the 19th. That's when it closes. And then we will be announcing and contacting the winners at the close of the fundraiser. Yeah.
So exciting.
Yeah. Do we have anything else? Any other,
We talked about
Housekeeping.
Yarncentrick. We talked about Springcentrick.
where can they find us, Rach?
You find us here on YouTube Thursday mornings, 8 a.m. Mm-hmm. Find us on Instagram, TikTok, and Ravelry as Renee at Table 10 and Rachel at Table 10.
Yep.
Emails down below. Table 10 Podcast has its own Instagram if you'd like to follow us there. And I think that's it.
Yeah. How many days from this episode air until May 1st? So, because
it's
I
2
know,
weeks.
I don't think I'm the only one getting nervous about finishing. Yeah, 2 weeks exactly.
I'm 2.5 garments in.
So if you have,
I could do Mariah Carey style costume changes.
does she costume change a lot?
Feels like she would.
Okay. If you haven't already and you've completed some of your Springcentrick makes, go ahead and submit them on the finished object thread in our Ravelry group for a chance to win a prize at the end. We haven't put that prize together, honestly, because that fundraiser's been taking so much of our...
Well, we got you. We do have things. We have things. It's just not pretty or organized or photographed, but we got you.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
For sure. We
Definitely.
we love giving things away on
do.
this channel. That's all I have.
Okay. Thanks so much, guys.
Hey, we got a bucket and a half
Hey,
bucket and a half of
Next
Yahtzee
week,
processed.
we might be done picking it.
You think so?
Look behind you. That's all that's left.
Look at this, guys. We've been sitting here picking for more than 2 hours, and this is a slow craft.
Oh, yeah.
Really makes me appreciate the people that say like, oh, I bought this fleece and now I'm wearing this.
Right.
That's a lot of time
Right.
goes into this.
Right. For sure.
It is relaxing, but I can't imagine if we didn't do it here, where else I'd fit this into my life. You know?
I don't know.
Because if I'm sitting down, I want to be knitting normally.
Right.
But this is a nice thing to do while we record because
This is.
you don't really have to think or
No.
like keep track of anything. You just
Yes.
can play
Just
with
go.
some.
It's honestly, it is satisfying to do it too.
And it's a bit cathartic. Like I think, yeah. Are we more relaxed this episode? I feel like we're less.
Do you guys feel like this is like the fiber ladies fidget? Like my kids like them fidgets.
But like, does it soothe us and calm us down that we're not as entertaining? I don't know. Or are we just tired from this weekend? You can hear it in my voice. My voice doesn't sound. It's like
You guys, no one wanted to sleep in my house last night.
oh no.
So I got one kid in bed at about 10 o'clock. And then the other one,
In bed asleep or just in bed?
he goes to sleep so fast.
Okay, so
Those are-
asleep.
Yeah, he was asleep. And then I went to the other one's room and he was nowhere near asleep. He was like kicking his feet around. I was like, hey, no one goes to sleep with their feet in the air. You got to put your feet down. Like, lay down. And then he spilled something in his bed. And so we had to completely change the sheets.
Oh jeez.
He spilled like a Propel drink.
Aw.
I'm like, why are we drinking that? What is that doing up here? Why are you drinking? It's got sugar in it. We're supposed to be going to bed. But it says now it's all over the sheet. So we changed the whole bed, including duvet cover, which is a humongous pain in the butt. And then he got in bed and he was like, I still feel it. I was like, so we changed the sheets again. And then I put like triple sheet because I guess maybe the mattress protector was a little bit wet and it had like seeped through.
Okay.
So we took that off, put all these sheets on. He finally fell asleep. I'm like, thank goodness. So I go in my room. Hello, past Rachel. You're terrible. You're awful. I hate
Laundry.
you. You left 2 loads of laundry on top of the bed. I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
okay, fold the clothes. You got to do it because if you don't do it, these clothes basically are dirty again.
Right.
Okay, so I'm folding the clothes. All of a sudden, it's like, boom, 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 bang! My bedroom door opens. And
Somebody's
it's-
scared.
It's the little one. He's like, I'm scared. I was like, well, me too now. Why did you have to make that entrance?
I know that.
What are you doing? He's like, I'm scared. And I look out the door. Every light between our rooms is on. That's what all the booming was, I guess, is him.
Slamming the lights on.
So we went, got him back in bed, turned all the lights off, still have clothes to fold. I mean, I probably wasn't tucked in and in bed until 12:30, 1.
Terrible.
And then the alarm went off at 7. I'm like, oh gosh, this is awful. Come to find out, I did not need to wake up at 7. It was 2-hour delay at school today. We didn't even know. My husband got all the way to the middle school.
Really?
He said, it was so weird. I was like, everyone's late today. We all just assumed that we couldn't possibly be the wrong ones.
That's funny.
Everyone's late. What are they
Hey,
doing?
I remember at one point in my childhood, so in our childhood home, not all of the bedrooms, but some of the bedrooms were like on one side of the house, and then some were upstairs, some were downstairs. But anyways, on the main floor of the house, all of the entertaining spaces and like communal spaces were on one side and in the middle. And then on the right side, there was a long hallway, and it was like bedroom, bathroom, bedroom, bedroom, bedroom. But at the end of the long hallway was my parents' bedroom, and at the other end was mine. And I would wake up in the middle of the night so scared, and I just knew that a scary person was going to jump out of one of those other doors I needed to pass on my way to my parents.
Was it me? It was just
No, whatever I was
you knew the
dreaming
people
about.
in the doors. Oh,
No, the scary person from my dreams could pop out of one of those doors. So I would open my door and run. Boom, 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 boom. whoom, slam their door open. It would fly and hit the wall, and I would launch myself. Their bed was like right past that door, launch myself into their bed. So much so that they called it my runway. They're like, oh yeah, we heard you in your runway last night. And I would tuck in with them and fall asleep. So when you started describing the noises, I was like, oh yeah, that was totally me at one point.
It was so loud. I was like, what is happening?
He was surviving. That's what was happening. He knew he needed to survive. That's how I felt running down that
That's so
hallway.
funny because most of the time, if I would wake up from a scary dream, I would not move. Don't move. Don't get uncovered. The covers will keep you safe. Just stay here, frozen.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're the freeze. I'm the flight.
Yeah.
We were talking about the sheep this weekend with Melinda the shearer, and she said they have flight,
Fight, flight,
or freeze. So they would try to flight, and then some would try to fight, but mostly they would just get into the freeze.
But she
phase.
also said that sheep have been bred to freeze. Like,
They've selected for
yes.
that trait.
Yeah. I'm sure it makes it much easier because the feisty ones were feisty.
All
And
right.
they have hooves.
They do. Yes, they do.
So if they get you, I bet they get you. I mean, they don't really like, I don't think it's like a horse, but
Well,
she's maneuvering those sheep all around.
the one person got bonked in the jaw.
Yeah, but that wasn't with a hoof. That was just with a,
With a-
sheep head.
Yeah. They're animals. Okay. That's it.
We did it?
Did it.
Okay.
We love you guys. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for being here.
Yay!
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Okay.
We're recording all of this.
Oh, good. Definitely edit that out.